Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Out here with the Tacoma Grit at Stadium High School. My name is Ian Lynham, and I have with me...
I'm Trevor Kane. Excited to be here. Yes. Beautiful day for football.
Very beautiful day for football. Out here in Tacoma, Washington, right off the water, Puget Sound. Very, very beautiful. I moved here from Los Angeles to the Pacific Northwest, and there's nothing like it. Yeah. Absolutely nothing like it.
The historic Stadium Bowl stadium here. Great place for football. 10 Things I Hate About You filmed here. FDR gave a speech here. Fantastic history in this location.
Absolutely. So I know the Oklahoma Rage, they've traveled about 1,200 miles to get here. This is their first year in the AWFL. Went 1-0 last week against Houston, 13-0. Tacoma Grit, this is their second game of ever, first year in competition. They actually lost last week to Dallas. It was not the best showing, but this week should be a little bit different. More players here. They got their quarterback, so I think we should be expecting a lot better effort.
Yeah, these home and away games are very different in this league. You know, we have a lot of players not traveling with Oklahoma. Most of their players here, but they still have a few that are not here tonight. Some of their better players from last year and this year not available. But it will be great to have Tacoma at full strength tonight.
Absolutely. All righty, so we're here with Semi-Pro Live. We're going to throw it down to Jasmine to a couple of pre-game interviews that we had earlier today. Hey everyone, I'm Ian. With the Tacoma Grit. Hey, Coach McCurry, so I got a question for you. In the past 365 days, what do you think you've learned the most about yourself as a coach and with running a team? Because obviously it's different.
Yeah. I think mostly I just learned that, you know, our community is really engaged in women's sports. That's from the ownership aspect. And just from a coach, man, I'm blown away that I have so many players that believe in, you know, what our vision is as a staff and what we're trying to accomplish. And I mean, I think the real question is how can I manage both, right? And today is like one of the first days that I can actually show that I can, you know, kind of manage both, which is putting on a good production and coaching an efficient football game. So we're going to see a lot of that answer here in a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thank you guys. At the end of the day, Coach Rod, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you and looking forward to seeing the rest of the season.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Stadium Bowl. We're excited to get the first kickoff started here. What are you thinking about these two teams? What should we look for? Keys to the game.
So let's start with the Rage. The Rage are a very, very fundamentally sound team, especially on offense. They have a lot of players who've been playing together for the past 5-6 years, back when they were with the Tulsa Threat. And I think that goes a long way in women's football, having that continuity. They have a very good coaching staff as well with head coach Brandon Webb. And then with Tacoma Grit, this is their second game in competition, but they have a lot of players who've been playing women's football for many, many years. Lots of athletes, former All-Pros, former All-Americans. So it should be a much more competitive game than both teams had last week.
All right. And here we are with the opening kickoff. And it's still a live ball. They finally pick it up. Running to the outside. Big tackle. Big solo tackle there, right there on the 35-yard line.
Good tackle. I believe that was number 31, Jasmine Raining. This is her first year with Tacoma Grit, obviously the first year. She is a former WFA All-American back when she played with the AZ Outcasts. Very, very electric player. Returning the ball for Oklahoma Rage was number 4, KK Stevens. Very, very, very talented player. I think we're going to be calling her name a lot.
Yeah, you talked to her. You talked about her to me earlier before we started the broadcast. Very excited to see what she can do today.
Absolutely.
We open up in a spread formation, 2 receivers to either side. All right, we start with a penalty right off the bat. All right, keeping our 7 officials very busy today.
Absolutely. So having 7 officials, I think, is a huge, huge deal for both teams today, because typically you only see 4-man crews. And women's football, it may not be the most speediest game out there, but I think it's also fast enough to warrant 7 referees. So I think they're going to definitely keep a lot of a lot of the play on the field as clean as possible.
Yeah, and so they'll start in that same formation, snap the ball right up the middle, and falls down for about a 3-yard gain.
That was number 22, Q Simmons. This is her third year, I believe, with the the Oklahoma Rage. Very, very talented back. I believe number 32, Crit Tucker, was in on the tackle.
Yeah, great job by the Grit defense to hold them to only a 3-yard gain on that first play.
Absolutely.
Looks like we're figuring out the chains right now, so we're having a slight delay here.
They're trying.
Yes, first home game, right? First home game.
First home game. We're all getting our jitters out.
So,
yeah, we're all getting our jitters out.
Yeah.
So is this your first time here to this facility here at Stadium Bowl?
This I actually coach at Annie Wright High School down the street, and so this is our home stadium. We've been playing here for 2 years, and so
I've never been here. It looks majestic. It's very Hogwarts-like with the building right here in front of us.
Stadium
Absolutely.
High School is gorgeous. Yeah. All right, and they go back to a 2x2 set, and number 22, Raining going up the middle again held for a very short gain, which will bring up 3rd and short.
Absolutely. Number 22 again, Q Simmons, very talented back. And then Emily Daw with the Oklahoma Rage. They do a lot of pulling. They run a lot of trap and power. They're a very, very physical offensive line. When talking to Coach McCurry earlier this week, he gave them the highest honor that you could ever say about an offensive line. He called them physical and nasty. That's exactly what you would want out of your offensive line.
Exactly, yeah. And here they are, and it looks like they're bringing in their tight formation. They're overloaded to the left, bringing in Manny Curtis and handing it off. And she sneaks out to the outside, breaks a tackle. She's down the sideline. Some good pursuit by the Grit, able to tackle her, but after about a 20-yard gain on 3rd and short. Not what you were looking for to start off the game if you're the Grit.
No, Simmons there broke a couple of tackles. Both Crit Tucker and Rose Mora, they both had opportunity to tackle her, but she was able to break both those tackles and go for a huge gain.
Yeah, and they're going to go in a 3x1 set again with the tight end to the right side. They'll pull there. Some solid blocks, escapes a tackle, and pushed out of bounds for a 10-yard gain and a 1st down.
Absolutely. Oklahoma's very, very run heavy to start this game, and they're a team that pretty much has scored the past couple of years when they were at the WFA, 30-plus points per game. They put up close to 300 yards per game, so they are very efficient on the offense, and they are continuing that trend here today.
Correction, it looked like she was pushed out of bounds just shy of the 1st down marker, so a 9-yard gain there, and 2nd and short. And they'll go back to that 2x2 look that they ran to start off the game. Coming in motion from left to right. Again, a power formation here. They'll motion across, look for a run to the left here, and there it is, run to the left across. She'll cut it back and meet a host of Grit tacklers, but she picks up the 1st down, giving them possession inside the 20.
Also number 56, Nevaeh Shelton in on the tackle. High school senior at Auburn High School. She's actually related to former UW alum Danny Shelton.
And does she have a sibling that plays on the team as well?
She has a twin sister as well, Amaya Shelton, number 77.
Yeah, that's great. Keeping it in the family.
Absolutely. Very, very strong presence here in the Pacific Northwest, the Shelton family.
And we have a bunch here to the field. And we have a timeout called by the Grit. And this is a good time to call it. Looked like they were getting set for another new formation, run-heavy formation, set up there by the Rage.
So while we're a little bit of breaking gameplay, definitely want to send out a thank you to some very important media contributors we have. We have Bailey Villalobos here today with Irene's Photos and Designs. We definitely want to thank them for all their lovely work that they've done with the Tacoma Grit this season, with the team photos and even taking photos here on actual game day. So definitely want to thank them. Thank them a lot. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, make sure you follow them on social media and visit their websites.
Sure. So, season's still early, and with only 6 games and limited practice, the Tacoma Grit, they're looking to get their footing. right now there's a lot of missed tackles, a lot of not so much clean play, but I mean, I think we both expect them to, get their feet under them, hone in a little bit more, play a little bit more fundamentally sound defense. Anything you saw on that? Anything you saw in that last series that we should be looking out for?
Look for these pin and pulls. They're trying to seal everything inside and get out the outside run game going. And there we go. They're pulling again, and they're going to get it outside. And she breaks the tackle. And there falls down inside the 5-yard line. So another first down there. They're going to have 1st and goal from the 4.
Simmons has been a workhorse so far this first quarter. She is on a tear.
Well, and that offensive line is doing the work for her, untouched until the 5-yard line. A great pulling, blocking there. And again, they're pinning and pulling. Everything is washing down, and then they have the line, opening everything up to the field.
Absolutely. So number 20 checks back in. That's Manny Curtis. So I would expect another power formation with her lead blocking for number 22, Stevens. Let's look out for number 23 out here in the slot as well, Vanessa Bledsoe. Very productive.
Power formation here to the field, down to the right, motion across to the left. Snap the ball up the middle. A huge hole created by the offensive line, and they're going to tackle her just shy of the end zone. I'd say about the half-yard line.
Nearly got there, but very good defense by the Tacoma Grit to force them to stay out the end zone. Let's see what they can do here on 2nd down.
Yeah, and here's a situation where you've got to be aggressive. You've got to match offensive line play, blow for blow. And they run a power formation to the boundary, and they run it out to the field, and she finds space and crosses the goal line for the first 6 points scored in the AWFL at Stadium Bowl.
Absolutely. Once again, Oklahoma's a very fundamentally sound offense. They run a very good power scheme. Their offensive linemen, they do a lot of traps, lots of pulling, lots of power. And then also Q Simmons, she's very north and south, doesn't pity pat, doesn't try to get east and west. She literally finds a hole and hits it, as you saw right there.
Yeah, the Grit were able to make contact with her, but the offensive line was able to open up so many holes. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 7 points on the board for the Oklahoma Rage.
That was number 77, Lacey Wormer. Last week, I believe she was a perfect on extra points as well. So I think she's continuing her streak.
Now, how do you respond as the Grit here?
Absolutely. So I've played football almost my entire life, and in the beginning of the game, typically when you go up those first points, a lot of times you're ready to get your get back. So hopefully, Tacoma Grit, they're chomping at the bit, ready to show what they can do offensively. And I think this week they're going to have a lot better offensive output than they did last week, with a lot of their starters coming back, having Sean Kanananui in at quarterback, Jasmine Raining be able to play her true position in a running back and not as a Wildcat quarterback. So I'm expecting Tacoma to come back ready to answer.
All right, and we will start with the first kickoff from the Oklahoma Rage tonight. Special teams is another huge part of the game, often overlooked. What do you notice from these teams on special teams so far?
So one thing
that they've done this season.
Absolutely. So one thing I saw last week about Oklahoma, they are a very, very tricky, very, very smart special teams taught team. Last week they had a onside kick, as a surprise onside kick, which they recovered, which was brilliant. They kick a lot off to the boundaries where they don't allow too many returns. Expect them to squib it around the 40-yard line down here close to us. And that's exactly what they're doing.
There you go. And that will go out of bounds for a penalty, our second penalty of the game.
So that's going to give the Tacoma Grit very good starting field position near midfield around the 40-yard line.
Now, let's see if they decide to have them kick it again or if they take the penalty yards.
Based off of what they're looking at, it looks like they're going to just take the yards, start around the 40-yard line, and should be first down Tacoma. So pregame, I got to talk to number 44, quarterback Sean Kanananui. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong, Sean. I do apologize. But I know that we talked. You said you transitioned from a receiver DB with the Seattle Majestics last year. This is their first official game as a quarterback. And I asked her, how is she feeling? How are her nerves? And she said she's excited. Beautiful day for football. She said, there's nothing she can worry about. Said that she's, playing a sport she loves, and nothing could be worse. I mean, she says she believes in her team, believes in her abilities, and she's just excited to show what she can do.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to see her take her snap. They took a 5-yard penalty from where the ball went out of bounds, so the ball's at the 41, right here on the hash nearest us. With 3 receivers to the field, she will take her first snap as a quarterback. And she'll hand the ball off. And a run to the outside, run to the field. Breaks the tackle, finding some space, running down the sideline, and pushed out of bounds.
That's number 31, Jasmine Raining. In my honest opinion, I think she is probably the fastest woman in women's football, if not the fastest, easily in that conversation. She hit the outside and just showed her speed, former track star, as just absolutely explosive.
She definitely showed off that speed there. And how do you beat a team with a fundamental line? You get outside into space. Absolutely. And here we go. We have 3 into the boundary, and it will be a handoff again up the middle this time. And this will go for no yards.
Oklahoma bringing the house right there. Double A-gap blitz, number 79 with the tackle. I saw her on film all last week. That's Emily Daw.
And the Grit will go up tempo here, subbing in their right tackle. And they're getting the play call from the sideline. Again, 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Takes the snap, quick throw to the outside, setting up the screen. Run inside, and that will be a short gain there on second down for about 2 yards.
That was number 1, Rosalie Mora. Spent last year with the Seattle Majestics in the WNFC. This is their first year at the Tacoma Grit. Definitely a team leader on offense and defense. Someone's name I think we're going to be calling a lot today.
And I think we're going to get a little timeout here as the chain crew has once again gotten confused as to where they're supposed to be. And so we will get a delay in the game here. Oh, well, all right. We're multiple officials figuring things out. All right. And on third down, they will get a gain of around 8 there for a first down, another outside run.
Raining once again gets to the outside, shows her speed, and runs out of bounds. A push out of bounds by number 10. I believe that is Rachel Stinson with the Oklahoma Rage. She's been with the team for multiple years as well.
And they will flip their receivers. They will bring them here to the left, to this field side. 1 receiver into the boundary. And we can probably expect to see a lot of Raining continue to run the ball. Here we go. She's running up the middle for a loss of about 1 on the 2. We'll say 2. Loss of 2 on the play.
Goes absolutely nowhere. See, Oklahoma's front, as well as we were talking about their offensive line, fundamentally sound. Their defensive front is also very fundamentally sound. The defensive line, they only line up 3, sometimes 4, but they get tremendous push into the backfield. And the linebackers, they are a heavy blitz team. They typically start out in a 4-2 or sometimes a 3-3 front as they're in right now with 5 DVs. But those 6 to 7 defenders typically cause havoc.
And we're looking at another run play. Fakes it, rolls it out. Pass deep down the field and just short as she was throwing on the run, rolling off the play action. A well-designed play. You sometimes take some of those losses to set up a play like that, and that's looked like what they did there.
Absolutely. So that was actually that was the second pass attempt ever in Tacoma Grit's history, because last week they didn't even attempt to pass last week because they were very run heavy in Wildcat because Sean wasn't here. So expect them to Tacoma to continue passing.
All right, and here's a chance for the Grit offensive line to hold up on a long pass play, a muff snap, and so she'll take it on her own and run out of bounds for around a 3-yard gain. The snap can be one of the hardest parts in all of football. We take it for granted.
Absolutely. So Sean Kanahui, she did the best she could. She made something out of nothing. Showed her athleticism. You could tell converted wide receiver. Was able to get to the outside and make something out of nothing. So let's go for our first break today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back.
And welcome back. I'm Trevor Kane with Ian Lynham, and we have a 4th down and 8 here coming up. It looks like we are having some issues on the field. The 2 head coaches are coming out to talk to the head official to discuss something that I have not seen. And so we will.
So I definitely want to thank everyone for joining our coverage today. I hear we have a lot of Oklahoma fans on the live stream today. So thank you guys. And thank you everyone who's local here supporting the Grit. The Tacoma Grit, we offer this service, this coverage, no charge, to give to the fans, everyone who loves football. And we feel like it should be a free experience for everyone. But unfortunately, like with most things, there's expenses, there's costs. And the Tacoma Grit, we'd love to be able to continue to offer such coverage to everyone for free. We're asking everyone to please donate to the Tacoma Grit if you can, to help us to be able to continue to bring beautiful coverage like this to you guys, and hopefully much, much, much more in the future.
Yeah, getting to see this kind of football is a treat for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know it's available. And but this is fantastic football, especially in the spring season. A great time to get to see people compete and play this game we all love.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, any level of contribution definitely helps out the Tacoma Grit with both their operations and travel. All the players are pretty much affording their own travel and accommodations across the country. The goal is for women's football someday to become professional, but right now a lot of these women, they have full-time jobs and they play the sport that they love on the weekends, and it's definitely an expense. Anything you guys can give definitely will go a long way to both supporting the Tacoma Grit players on the field and the Tacoma Grit off the field.
Yeah, and it looks like they figured everything out on the field now, and so they can get back to playing this game that we all enjoy watching them play.
Absolutely.
And so here we are on 4th and 8. Again, 3 receivers to the field, 1 to the boundary, and they will go for it here and decide not to punt. She lines up to pass. She finds the receiver to the outside and throws to the outside, falling incomplete, giving possession back to the Oklahoma Rage.
Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication. That was number 1, Rose Mora out there, close to receiver. Looks like she may have ran a seam, possibly a post, and the quarterback thought she was going to be running more to the boundary, and they were unable to connect right there. But like I said, I think we're going to be calling number 1's name a lot today, and I'm pretty sure they're going to make the most of that connection the rest of the way through.
Yeah, and it looked like the play was there. Just working on the communication there. First game as a starter, yeah. There's going to be some hiccups there. So
absolutely.
And so the Rage will take the field on offense. That offensive line ready to go with some first-year players at center and guard. We can talk more about them in a minute here, but they're back to their spread formation that they have not had as much success out of so far this game. And they'll run it up the middle, and there will be a host of Grit tacklers. And again, a short gain of about 2 yards on that spread inside run.
Absolutely. So touching base on those 2 first-year offensive linemen, I talked to Coach Weber this week, and he could not speak enough glowing words about his first-year players. He mentioned 2 specifically, number 26, Lisa Garcia, and number 35, Ray Frazier, both first-year players, center and right guard. We saw number 35 right there. making a very nasty block. I saw her on film all of last week making tons of pancakes, getting to the second level, third level at times. So I think we're going to be able to see them on film, leading the way for number 22.
And we'll have a pass play here, a quick out to the outside, an open field tackle. Very nice tackle made by number 2, our DB out there.
Center forward.
Center forward.
That was number 23, Vanessa Blitzo. She's shaking up here on the play. She has been a very, very productive member of the Oklahoma Rage offense these past couple of years. Last year, she put up close to 500 yards and I believe 32 receptions last year in the WFA on their way to the national championship in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, and she walked off on her own power. We hope she's okay. Walking here on the sidelines. We hope to see her again. Fantastic football player. Hopefully it's just some kind of discomfort and she'll be back on the field.
She's a competitor. She's a very tough player. I think she's going to be able to find her way back out there. If there's a will, I think she's going to definitely find a way.
All right, and we have a late shift here into the 3-by-1. Again, a spread formation, and they'll run it outside, and they'll seal again the edge and get
that was number 22, Simmons.
22,
once again.
Yeah, Simmons again. Get her outside for another first down on another large gain.
I think it's safe to say she's well over 50 yards rushing today, if not more. She is having a fantastic day. Just seems to be able to do whatever she wants every time she touches the ball. She's not even getting touched until she's at least 5, 6, 7 yards down the field. So that's successful runs every single time she's touched the ball, I think, today.
Yeah, a lot of these runs have been outside. The Grit will have to find some answer for her speed and for the blocking that's sealing everyone inside. And they'll go back to their spread formation, some communication here, trying to figure out who's on and off the line. And it looks like they have some motion into a power run formation, and they'll run it and the screen out to the outside. And a nice open field tackle again by number 2, Ford.
So that was number 9, Rebecca Crawford on the play. She is a very athletic tight end. That is the formation that they run very often, where they start in that 2-by-2 set and they motion her into more of an H-back position. And then a lot of times she's either going to block straight ahead for some form of trap or power, but every so often they will sneak around to the opposite flat for a wide open touchdown, and they tend to get plenty of yards. That's what her and number 23, Vanessa Blitzo, do a lot. They actually scored a touchdown on the exact same play last weekend.
Yeah, these open field tackles have really been saving the Grit to this point. And an inside run, we have a puller there, and a short gain of about 4 yards.
Number 4, Tasha Wilson with the tackle. Another former Seattle Majestic player. So Oklahoma, they definitely aren't in very much of a hurry up, but they're playing very up-tempo offense. They don't always huddle as a full unit, but they definitely do snap the ball close to about every 20 seconds, which will put pressure on the defense.
Yeah. And they're back to their spread formation. Snap is out. Quick pass. And caught by the slot receiver. Breaking tackles, running into the middle of the field, and brought down by a gang of Tacoma Grit.
Once again, Rebecca Crawford on the catch, caught the slants, nearly broken up by the outside linebacker. I believe that was Chelsea Ford who nearly got her hand on it, but she wasn't able to get it. Rebecca Crawford was able to bring it in, and for her second catch of the day, definitely moved the chains once again. And Oklahoma is threatening to score here again early.
Yeah, on the 20-yard line, again, another power formation for them. The power tight end to the right, and they will pull it, and they will leak out, and wide open into the open field, and broken tackle, and finally brought down around the 5-yard line.
That's 23, Vanessa Blitzo, back into the game. Like I told you, very tough competitor, and pretty much if she's breathing, she's getting back in there. This is the exact same play she scored in on last weekend. A little bit of a sneaking out to the flat. This time she was able to get corralled by the defense this time, but nearly did score. Got them to just outside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they're able to kind of move the ball at will on this drive. 1st and goal from the 7, and we will see what kind of play they dial up here. Back to their spread formation. motion across. And power run following Vanessa, and tackled in the backfield. The Grit were able to figure out what was happening on that one and make a great play. A loss of 1 yard, and it seems we have a timeout here for an injury.
Might be the first call timeout for Oklahoma, I believe. I believe both teams have used one so far this game. I think both have 2 remaining.
I think we have a player down.
Oh, we do have a player down.
Yeah.
Yes. Tacoma Grit player. Cannot see the number, so I don't really want to speculate too much. So while we get everything figured out and let the injury get off the field, let's go for a break. We'll be back.
And here we are back at Stadium Bowl with the Oklahoma Rage knocking on the door once again. They will have second down, I believe, here. They have not switched the numbers here, but I believe this is second down from the 8-yard line after a loss of 1. And they'll run to the outside and into a pile of tacklers and blockers and fall down to the 3-yard line, it looks like, bringing up third down.
Simmons once again with another very impressive run, but at the same time, you definitely got to credit that offensive line. They're getting out front, getting to the second level, and just pushing the Tacoma Grit defensive line around. Number 20 checks into the game. That's Manny Curtis once again. So I would expect some form of power trap right here. They're definitely going to test the meat of the Tacoma defense here, probably these next 3 attempts.
And here we are with another power formation, that insert back off to the right. They run a sweep out to the outside. She cuts it in and finds a touchdown, another touchdown. That is number 2 on the day for her.
Simmons, once again, north and south runner. Very patient, allowing her blocks to set up, and then she just finds a way to get in there. She is not a very big in stature type of player, but she is very thick, very strong, and she can definitely get lost behind that mammoth of an offensive line.
Yeah, a very well-designed outside zone play there, and she found the gap and was able to convert it for a score. And here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good.
Number 77, Lacey Wormer again on the kick. Oklahoma taking an early 14-0 lead here in the first quarter on the road. Very, very impressive start for them.
Yeah, and the Grit, have showed a lot of determination, a lot of, dare I say, grit, but have been able to move the ball on offense. And I think that is something that they can hold on to going into this next possession, that they were able to move the ball into Rage territory, had some big outside runs, had some things that were working for them. And now if they can lean on those kind of plays, maybe manufacture some offense that they weren't able to manufacture last week when they kind of fell into that 26-0 hole towards the end of the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I expect them to come back and looking to answer.
Now, if you're the Rage here and you are very smart in your kickoff unit, do you try something to keep your foot on the gas? Do you kick it out of bounds again?
I'm very traditional. I'm very much in the just play it straightforward. Just kick it deep. Let your defense do what they did last series, and force Tacoma to show that they prove that they either can or can't score against you. I would trust my coverage and see what happens. But again, I expect a squib kick out here around the 40-yard line, as we see right here.
Oh, a great reception by number 2, Ayanna Ford, and she is running laterally across. She was down before the ball came out, is what the officials are saying, and but a nice catch to to keep the ball from hitting the ground. But unfortunately, the return did not net any yards as she ran across the field.
That was number 8, Khalil Berryhill. Like I said, I would trust my coverage. Her and number 4, KK Stevens, are both what I would like to call special teams warriors. They both are starting on the defensive side, but they also are on every single coverage unit where they make a ton of tackles on special teams. They're out there hunting for tackles. So you saw her here on the right-hand side run down number 2, Senna Ford, well across the field, and nearly forced the fumble right there.
Yeah, very strong in all 3 phases of the game for the Rage so far.
Absolutely.
And we have a power formation off here to the left. There's some communication, trying to find enough people to get on the field. They have 5 in the backfield. This can't be right. Here we go. Onto the line. 4 in the backfield now. Legal formation. Taking the snap. Trying to get the run outside to that power formation, but the Rage were ready for it, and a tackle for a loss, about a 5-yard loss on that play.
That was number 20, Manny Curtis, two-way star for the Oklahoma Rage. Very, very talented linebacker as well as fullback.
Yeah, try to do something similar that the Rage have been doing with that power formation, set it up, but they were able to shoot the gap and make a play in the backfield. But they will go back to that power formation. 4 in the backfield, that bunch here to the field, and toss it now to use that speed, and much better results on the toss. Now a gain of 5 back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 79, Emily Daw, on the tackle. Very, very active linebacker. Watching her on film the past couple of games that they've had, she is a very much downhill type of player. She's very Ray Lewis-like. She will come downhill and lay a hit.
And it looks like we're going to time out from, that will be the quarter. It's the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, the Grit will have 3rd and long from their own 41. Back to start the second quarter. The Tacoma Grit ready to continue their game against the Oklahoma Rage, and a lot of these Grit players played for the Majestics last year, but came to the Grit to be with Coach Rod, and they've only said great things about him. I'm excited to see what he does with this team in the second quarter now that they've had some time to adjust. It looked like we had some illegal motion there. No flag on the play, and they ran the ball again to that power formation, that bunch side, for about a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain to give them 4th and 8. Looks like you run that kind of play to set up a 4th down conversion attempt.
Absolutely. Tacoma looks like they're going to be trying to go for it again. They don't look like they've brought in the punter. Looks like they're going for it here.
And again, bunch formation here down to the field side. A lot of space down here. Inside, handoff, fake. Long ball thrown and wisely knocked away by the Oklahoma Rage. You do not want an interception in that situation. Otherwise, it turns into a punt for your opponent. And so batted ball, and the Oklahoma Rage will get the ball in Tacoma Grit territory.
That was number 13, Lily Swisher on the defense right there. As a former defensive back, those are really hard plays to make the smart play, to knock it away. Whenever you get the opportunity to intercept the ball, you always want to, take it and try to see what you can do. But in that time, that is the absolute smart thing to do. That's a very team-friendly play right there, just to knock it down and accept the 20-plus yards that you would have gotten for, going back to the original line of scrimmage, first the interception and potentially not getting a very long return. So very good play by number 13, Lily Swisher.
Yes, I hope her teammates congratulate her on the interception that wasn't.
Absolutely.
And here we go. The Rage will take the field again. And they've been just moving the ball at will, whether it's passing, running. As long as they're not running directly up the middle, they've been able to gain some yards. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here in their back to their spread formation. Number 22 off to the left. And we have motion across, and we can expect the trap here or the little screen. And it looks like the screen again, and the ball just fell out of her hands as she was throwing it, as number 2, Courtney Eldridge, was throwing the ball and fell incomplete. But well-designed play, wide open, and that was the play we saw earlier for a big gain.
That is a play that they bring up a lot, that they run a lot, and they usually have a lot of success. Number 23, Vanessa Bledsoe, once again, wide open in the flat. Her and number 9, both Rebecca Crawford, they both are in that tight end H-back position where they are very productive in the offense, and they find themselves wide open a lot, making tons of catches wide open in the flat.
And 3-by-1 to the field. Again, that tempo that you talked about, that kind of light huddle, and a quick throw outside, and some great leverage there. Great rallying to the point of attack by the Tacoma Grit there for a loss of 3 yards on second down.
Very good tackle, number 6. That right there is Callie Fant, number 6, All-American defensive back with the Tacoma Grit. This is her first year with the Tacoma, like most players, but she is actually native to the state of Oklahoma, playing with the Oklahoma City Lady Force these past couple of years in the WFA. Very, very, very talented player. Very aggressive.
And here we go on 3rd and long. This is the first time we've seen a 3rd and long situation for the Rage tonight. And they go to that spread formation, take the snap, play, action, fake, underneath screen, find some space, but a great tackle there by, is that Ford again? Number 2. Great tackle to bring up 4th down, 4th and 5.
Oklahoma likes to run screens very often. Lots of tunnel screens, which you see right there. Head coach Brandon Webb, former Oklahoma State Cowboy. They are a very pass-heavy offense in the NCAA, so I'm pretty sure he brought a lot of that offense to this Oklahoma Rage team.
Yeah, so would you think that we might see another screen again here on 4th and 4, maybe 5?
If not, some form of power. Oh, another screen.
Another screen. Set it up really nicely, got it to the outside. Great block to seal the edge by the offensive line. And we've got another first down to the 25.
Very good tackle outside by number 5. It looks like Amina Duncan on the play. Yeah, Oklahoma, they run a lot of power. They run a lot of screens. They switch it up a lot. They run similar formations, but they have about 4 to 5 money plays out of every single formation, so you never know what to really expect.
Yeah, and back to their spread look. Simmons, who was walking very gingerly on that last play, steps up to block. A pass to the outside, and another fantastic open field one-on-one tackle by number 2, Ford. She has been making plays all over the field, whether special teams, defensive tackles, solo defensive tackles. She has really been a huge bright spot for the Grit tonight.
That is one player that Coach Rodney and McCurry has been very excited about coming to the team. Another travel player. I believe she started the season with the Utah Falcons in the WNFC, made the jump to the AWFL to the Tacoma Grit.
just another example of the players that he brings with him because they want to play for Coach Rod.
He's a very, very, very strong recruiter.
And we have a pass play, another slant underneath, and that was met in great coverage there by the Grit, and the ball falls incomplete.
Pass attempt to number 15, Amy Morin. She is also another long-time Oklahoma Rage athlete. Very productive on the offensive and defensive side of the ball as well. Has played with quarterback Eldridge for many, many years back when they used to play with Tulsa as well.
Well, it makes sense that she would look for her on that slant pass right there. They're back to their spread again. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Pump fakes, throws to the outside. Oh, to number 9, that second tight end, Rebecca Crawford. But it just falls right out in front of her outstretched hands. Incomplete again. 2 passes over here to this left side. So they were seeing something they like over here.
Absolutely.
That they want to get to this side.
Eldridge has a very strong arm. That was a very, very impressive throw off her back foot. Not the best quarterback mechanics, but she has a very, very strong arm to be able to throw it off her back foot a good 20, 30 yards in the air.
Yeah. Well, and I would say the one player I don't see over here on this left side is number 2, Ford. And so I can see that they may be wanting to throw away from her. Oh!
Nearly intercepted. Oh, no. Number 5, that was Duncan once again. I think she was a little surprised the ball got to her and just wasn't able to catch it.
She was in great position for the tackle. And there on 4th down, they will turn the ball over. 3 straight plays where they tried to throw to that side. All incompletions. 1 nearly picked off.
I think they're trying to go away from center forward, number 2. I think they're trying to take advantage of the opposite side. I personally wouldn't want to attack number 2 as well.
And I did notice that number 22, Simmons, did get up very gingerly after that last screen play, and they did not run the ball to her for 3 plays in a row. So that would be something to keep an eye on there if that workhorse isn't there for them. Screen to the outside, hits the sideline, and tackled. A nice open field tackle into the sideline, or pushed out of bounds. Solo tackle there by number 20.
That was number 20 again, Manny
Yeah.
Curtis. Very productive on both the offense and defensive side. That's at least their 4th tackle of the day.
Yeah. And it looks like we'll see a new, they'll go back to their original formation that they started the game with, the 3-by-1 look. And we'll see what kind of plays. Oh, they have a play action. Nope, handed the ball off again up the middle. It seems like they're really dedicated to running the ball up the middle against the stout defensive front. And they have had very limited success.
That was number 69. That right there was Shannon Moore on the blitz. She is both an outside linebacker and plays offensive line for the Oklahoma Rage. She came off unblocked along the left-hand side, nearly made the tackle herself, forced number 31, Jasmine Rating, to avoid the tackle, wasn't able to quite get going, and then that's when the rest of her teammates on the Rage were able to come in and corral her for a loss.
Yeah, it looked like the bootleg was there, so I wonder if there was a miscommunication there on that play. And they'll go back to their 3-by-1 look, 3rd and long here, fakes the handoff. She's able to escape the rush, tucks the ball, looking to run, and is pushed out of bounds back at the original line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain, bringing up 4th down.
Number 10, Rachel Stinson, able to push her out of bounds. Sean Konananui, she is a very, very, very athletic quarterback, very elusive. Like I mentioned, converted wide receiver, defensive back, so she has some athleticism. She can scoot.
And it looks like we will not see our first punt today so far, as it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. And they will call, I believe, their final timeout of the half to kind of figure things out, whether or not they're going to punt it here or what they want to do on 4th and 10 deep in their own territory.
I can see what Tacoma's trying to do offensively. They're definitely trying to spread them out, trying to get their speed on the edge, but they're just unable to get to that second level. Oklahoma's bring a lot of pressure with their blitzing linebackers and even defensive backs off the edge and kind of running down the play from behind. So We'll see if Tacoma is able to get something going offensively. I think Sean's going to definitely continue to threaten as both a runner and a passer. I think those connections with some receivers, I think they're gonna get there.
Yeah, and what do you do on offense and defense when the middle of the field, the north-south running is working against you and not working for you? And so they have some things to figure out here. And thankfully for the Grit, they did not have to deal with Simmons on that last position where they were able to get that stop. But I now see that she is back with her helmet on and looks like she will be ready to go for the next possession. And so maybe they're taking that into account here, whether or not they want to give the ball back.
Absolutely. Tacoma looks like they're going to be punting here. They brought in number 47, Chelsea Ford, in to punt. I actually think this is very smart. Tacoma, this is their first punt of the game. They've been going for it on 4th down, but backed up to their own 20-yard line. And if they don't get it here, I think they can pretty much put themselves out of the game if they weren't able to convert here.
And here they are in kick formation. The snap is good. The kick, and it is a line drive caught at the 40. Return to the outside. Oh, broken tackles. Found the outside. Blocking on the edge. Tiptoeing down the sideline. Oh,
she tried her best. She tried her best.
Doing the tightrope act down to the 9-yard line. Great positioning here for the Rage to score their 3rd touchdown of the day, and we will see if Simmons takes the field to continue her scoring for the day.
That was number 8, Khalil Berryhill, once again. Very talented athlete for the Oklahoma Rage. Plays free safety, also is their returner. She is very electric, very Ed Reed-like. If you remember Ed Reed, if you're of a certain age, very talented free safety, very talented returner, very dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. She nearly took it back for 6 right there.
Yeah, broke 2 tackles, took some hard hits, found some blocking, and was able to find that edge. Fantastic job. And it looks like Simmons is back in the game and looking for her 3rd touchdown on the day. And they'll run it inside to her. She'll find some space. Power run. She breaks the tackle, spins around, and into the end zone for her 3rd tackle of the day. The ankle looks great.
Simmons is very impressive. Once again, very small in stature, but very strong. Only standing 5 foot tall, but she is 145 pounds of just rage. She is a very strong runner, very low center of gravity. Like I said, able to hide behind that massive offensive line and very much north and south. And she's able to break lots of tackles in and get into the end zone for her 3rd touchdown of the day.
And now they will try to add on the extra point for 21 points, and it is up and good. And the Rage now have 21, and the Grit have none. But the Grit have had some promising opportunities. They're just trying to figure out how to put it all together into one drive.
So this is the time where you're going to see what the Grit are really made of. Last week losing 26-0, and right now starting 21-0. They have been outscored. That's 47 points to 0 without too many threats offensively. So let's see if they're going to either suck up and try to keep fighting, or if we're going to have players start displaying bad body language, start mistrusting what they're supposed to do offensively and defensively, playing very selfishly, or if they're going to, see what they can do and actually bring it together. I think what we're going to see out of the Tacoma Grit these last 9 minutes in the first half are going to tell us a lot what to expect for them the rest of this game.
And I think it starts here on offense.
Absolutely.
The defense has been fighting. The defense has been giving it their best, but they've been on the field quite a bit. And so getting the offense to show some life, to put together a drive, put those big chunk plays that they've had together to sustain, maybe a 6-minute or longer drive, gives them a chance to hold the Rage to 0 points for the rest of the half.
Let's look for a spark. Let's see who steps up here for Tacoma.
Oh, and a surprise onside kick. Great job returning it. Great hands on the front line there. They were not surprised. They watched the film from last year. They were ready for it.
Tacoma was ready for it.
Well played there. But we had talked about that. Something they did last year, probably something we would see today. and 21 points is not enough for them. They wanted to keep their foot on the gas and keep going on offense.
Absolutely. Like I mentioned, Oklahoma last year, they were averaged 39.2 points per game in the WFA on their way to a national championship runner-up in Canton, Ohio in the WFA Division III. So they definitely are looking to score every opportunity they get.
Yeah, 39 points a game, and I believe the American League champions as well.
Absolutely. Division III national championship runner-up.
Yeah.
Tacoma Grit down a player, running someone on last minute. First-year player right there. That's number 77, Nehemiah Shelton.
And they're out of timeouts, and so they need to figure out what they're going to do very quickly as they begin this drive. 3-by-1, pass outside to the outside, trying to get into Ford's hands. And that did not look good as she landed awkwardly trying to go up and catch that ball. Hopefully she is able to stay on the field.
She's been a very impactful player so far for Tacoma defensively. That would be a huge loss. Hopefully she's all right. She looks to be moving fairly well out there, but let's see what happens once she's trying to get back up to full speed.
And here we go, staying in that 3-by-1 look, trying to find some kind of offense. Toss to the outside, find the edge. Oh, amazing move there to juke out the first defender and gain positive yards on what unblocked defender in the backfield. You know, it could have been a very disastrous play. 3-yard gain there on second down, bring up 3rd and 7.
Number 8, Khalil Berryhill, once again on the tackle. That was a very impressive play to only allow 2 to 3 yards on an outside run at the free safety position, lining up about 12 yards deep and be able to come up that fast, that violently to tackle Jasmine Raining for only a gain of 3. Very impressive tackle and very impressive play by number 8.
And here we go, the snap is back, and it's a miscommunication there as the running back and the quarterback each went different directions. The ball
They're saying she is down.
The ball was said that she was down. Mix up right there. They're trying to figure it out, but that will be a loss of 12, bringing up 4th and 20.
Number 24, Aisha Williams on the quarterback sack and near fumble right there.
Yeah, and a great play, one arm tackle there with the speed of the quarterback. That could have been a disaster had she escaped.
Absolutely.
All right, and without a timeout, it looks like they will be going for it here on 4th and 20. And a fumbled snap picked up by number 31. Picked up by number 31, Raining, and able to use that speed to gain some yards. And we're having some more issues with the chain crew here. That was 4th down, but they had 3 on the board, and they're going to decide that they're going to get an extra down.
I think that's what Coach Webb is talking to the referees about. I believe they thought it was 4th down, but unfortunately that's not what the referees had. Oh, it looks like the referee on the far side had 4th down, so it looks like they are going to actually get it right on the field. Tacoma's running on their defense.
Now, Tacoma, I believe that was 4th down. And the officials are going to figure this out with the conversation. Not the offensive drive they were looking for there with a miscommunication, a fumbled snap, trying to the offense going backwards, trying to figure out what they're going to do here.
So it looks like we got it right on the field. It's going to be 1st down, Oklahoma Rage.
And so that drive took about 2.5 minutes off the clock. 6.5 minutes here for the Rage to put another drive together here. The defense, what do you think we can see from the defense here that can help them slow down?
I'm going to be looking here for veteran linebacker number 32, Crit Tucker, to give the defense a spark. She is a 3-time All-Pro linebacker defensive end, another player who traveled over here from the Seattle Majestics with Coach Rod McCurry. She has over 8 years of experience playing the game, so I expect her to be able to come in and be a defensive leader and make an impact this drive. I'm going to be looking at number 32, Crit Tucker.
Here she is, dropping in the middle, a pass play down the field, and almost intercepted, slightly underthrown. Both gave the defender a chance to come back to it and broken up. What an exciting play down the field on first down. Really going for that big play right off the bat.
Courtney Eldridge once again displaying her arm strength. That was a very impressive throw, about 30 yards down the field. Number 5, Amina Duncan was able to break it up. She has been pretty sticky coverage so far this game. Showed a lot of this impressive man-on-man coverage skills for the Tacoma Grit.
And they'll go back to the spread formation, maybe looking to push it downfield once again. Oh, and they bring motion across, trying to draw attention, but without her blocking and her being wide open. Usually when that play happens, they did not draw any attention to her, and they were able to stop the play for a 1-yard gain.
Once again, going back to that power trap play that they had right there, Tacoma was ready for it. That was number 24, Melanie Washington, another former Seattle Majestic player, making the move over here to the Tacoma Grit, making the play, only allowing 1 on that play.
And so we'll have 3rd and 9 here, another 3rd and long situation. Last time we saw a screen on 3rd and long.
I expect some form of screen.
The Grit bring a blitz, perfect for the screen. They set it up, and she'll have a full convoy heading down the sideline and pushed out of bounds. A touchdown saving tackle there by Ford once again.
That was number 10, Rebecca Stinson. Very impressive catch and run. Like I said, expecting a screen. Oklahoma is very, very known for those tunnel screens. And pretty much that's something Tacoma needs to be well aware of. I know that's something that Coach Rob McCurry preached for his team to be ready for, especially in that formation. And they just caught the Grit sleeping.
Yeah, they sent a blitz into a double screen. They faked the outside screen and then hit the tunnel underneath. Fantastic play design there. This is a team that you can see won a lot of games last year.
Absolutely, close to 40 yards right there. So let's see what happens here moving forward.
And here we have that bunch, that power bunch formation, and they're going to toss it outside and see what Simmons can do on the edge. Hitting the edge. Oh!
Very good tackle, very strong tackle.
We have a very high tackle there. The fans here are thinking face mask, but it looked like it was more up and around the collar.
Up and around the upper shoulders. It wasn't quite in the collar. Very rough tackle. It looked a little bit nasty, but I mean, it was clean. It was legal.
But yeah, nice open field tackle there. It looked like that could have been 4th touchdown on the day. And so now we are here at 2nd, and it looks like they can get a first down here on just inside the 1-yard line. So we'll have 2nd and 5 from the 6. Take the snap, handoff again, up the middle, and the Grit hold tough in the middle there, bringing up 3rd and 4 from the 5-yard line.
Q Simmons once again looking to get into the end zone for her 4th score of the game. Unfortunately, they did not print out their stats for last week. I know she got into the end zone. No, she did get in the end zone last week. Last year, she got in the end zone only 2 times. Right now, she's already been in the end zone 3 times, looking for her 4th. Very impressive start for her. Very impressive first half.
Yeah, running hard, following her blocks, doing a great job finding the crease. And now it's a chance for Crit Tucker here to do this goal line stand. And now Simmons will be the lead blocker here. And a nice play by the Grit there to make that tackle. Ford once again, but there's a flag on the play.
That was number 23, Blitzo, come in motion. A lot of times they will sneak her out into the flat. This time they gave her the ball on the jet sweep. She looked to get in the end zone. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get there. Number 2, Senna Ford, who has been covering her this game one-on-one every time she goes out for a pass. She was able to follow her across the formation and make the tackle. Looks like we did have a penalty flag on the play.
It's in the area of holding, so we'll see what they call here.
I believe they did call a hold, backing up 10 yards, give Tacoma a little bit more room to still advance the ball to get a first down before they have to worry about trying to get into the red zone.
And so we'll have 3rd and 13 here from the 14-yard line.
One thing we haven't seen today is the quarterback running the ball, Courtney Eldridge. She is a very, very good open field runner, very much a power back herself.
And it looks like we have a false start here on the outside receiver. And so it looks like they will move back another 5 yards. After playing a pretty clean game, we haven't seen many penalties after that initial offsides encroachment by the Grit. And now 2 penalties in a row by the Rage from the 4-yard line, putting them in a really difficult situation here.
Absolutely. This might be Tacoma's best chance at a stop.
Yeah. Are we expecting another screen here?
I am absolutely expecting some form of screen here.
And setting it up.
Nope,
outside
slant.
pass. And a very nice tackle. 2 Tacoma defenders there to make the play. Now, from what we've seen from the extra point, is this field goal range or is this 4-down territory?
I don't know. Number 77, Lacey Wormer, she has a pretty good foot. Looks to be a former soccer player the way she kicks. I don't know if she quite has the leg strength to make it, but let's see what they do. I think Oklahoma is going to go for it. I mean, why not? Already 21-0. They really have nothing to lose as we approach the 2-minute warning. Let's see what happens here.
And here we are at 2 minutes. And play will stop, and each team will go to the sideline to figure out how the next 2 minutes is going to play out.
So once again, everyone, thank you for joining us here for our live coverage of the Tacoma Grits home opener against the Oklahoma Rage. First time both teams have ever met in the history of their playing. Tacoma Grit, this is their second game in existence. Oklahoma Rage, first time traveling on the West Coast in many, many years to compete as well. They traveled, like I said, 1,200 miles from Tulsa, Oklahoma exactly, to the Pacific Northwest. Pretty deep. They have about a 40-person roster. They easily traveled here with close to 30, and as well as about 24 friends and family as well.
Yeah, it's great to see the fan support and great to see the support on the sidelines as well for the big plays that they've been able to put together. They seem like a very strong group. Something that Tacoma is trying to build as well, that camaraderie, that bond in their first season. And it seems like Coach Rod is the guy to do that.
Absolutely. I believe in Coach Rod. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a couple of years. He is an amazing recruiter. The players love him. He's very much a player-friendly coach, very Mike Tomlin-like if you want to throw someone out there you're familiar
a Steelers
with.
fan.
Absolutely, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a little sad that that he's no longer going to be there, but we'll see what happens. But these Tacoma players have all been playing together for multiple years together. They have a main core who've been together for close to 6 years. So they've done this the right way.
And here we go. A deep pass play. She drops back the pass, finds an open receiver, and throws it to the outside for an incompletion. And Tacoma will get the ball on their own 13-yard line, hoping to score some points here, make this a 2-score game before the half.
Number 6, Callie Thance on the coverage, able to allow the pass to fall incomplete. Very sticky coverage on the outside, one-on-one against the wide receiver. She has played a very good game so far. Very sticky coverage, very short tackler out in space. Like I mentioned, former WFA All-American.
Yeah, and Tacoma's defense, their second stop of the day, did a nice job when Simmons was out getting the stop, and did a nice job then getting the stop there on that after penalties, getting the stop there. And now, can they build on this momentum? Can they carry this in? And down in timeouts, they need to start getting going. High snap, takes the handoff, finds a crease, running hard, and tackled finally for it looks like about a 2-yard gain through that bunch through that bunch formation there.
Number 4, KK Stevens in on the tackle. Very impressive defensive back for the Oklahoma Rage. She pops off the film every time you watch her play, especially when she's able to get in offensively or on special teams.
And we got a timeout there, and that one looks to have been taken by the Rage, possibly trying to get the ball back here, trusting their defense, and maybe trying to get a score of their own, feeling like they missed out on that goal line stand.
Oklahoma is trying to score. No matter what the score is, they're always going to continue to play hard until there's no time left on the clock. However you want to look at it as a football fan, they play the game tough and hard-nosed until literally the game is over.
And that is, you get your offensive line to buy into that, and you see it on the field, right? You have a mentality as a coaching staff, the players buy in, and then they enforce that will onto their opponent, and this is what you get off from it. It's very fun to see.
Like we mentioned, former Oklahoma State offensive lineman, so naturally most teams usually take the personality of their head coach.
Yeah.
And if your head coach is a former offensive lineman, I always expect you to be very hard-nosed team, very tough, very much punch you in the mouth type of team, and that's exactly what Oklahoma is.
Yeah. And here they are back in this heavy bunch formation. Single quarterback, or no back in the backfield. Runs a wheel to the sideline. Ford was there and just slightly overthrown. Great concept. Just couldn't quite execute it.
She's there. The passes are there. They're just haven't able to necessarily connect. Ford was able to get behind the defensive back just slightly too far, just of her outstretched arms.
And timing is a huge part of this game.
Absolutely.
And a first game of the season, you'd expect some of those misses there. And so it's just interesting to see, can they take that miss and build off of it and turn the next one into a completion?
That connection is going to get there. Absolutely. I believe that connection eventually will get there.
And they will go that power formation, but they'll move forward over here to this field side. She may be the target here as she blocks the outside, and they dump it off to her, and she uses her speed to try to get to the outside, but a great open field tackle made by number 24, I believe.
That was Aisha Williams again. She had the sack on the last drive that nearly forced a fumble for the Oklahoma Rage.
Yeah, and for a team that has a lot of power in the middle, there's a lot of speed sideline to sideline.
Timeout once again by Oklahoma. Like I said, they're looking to score. 21-0 is not enough for them. This isn't a very comfortable lead. They're here to make a statement, to put the AWFL on notice that, yes, we are a first-year team, but we are trying to put the league on notice and show that we belong in the championship game like they were last year with the WFA.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with that timeout, we'll give Coach Rod's team a chance to set up their punt unit. The punt unit struggled this last time out, was able to have an opportunity to tackle the runner for a short gain, but very dynamic, as we talked about earlier, was able to run down the sideline, get it down into the red zone, I believe the 9-yard line as she tiptoed down the sideline. And so now they will need to focus on their coverage and making sure this isn't blocked and that they don't give up field position here on this punt unit.
Tacoma looks like they're going for it. Sean Kanananui still in at quarterback. So.
All right, so here they are, 4th and 12, and they think they have a play here that can get them all of this. Drops back, pass over the top, looking for pass interference, and they're going to get it. A lot of contact there. Receiver struggling to get off the coverage, and 2 flags down. Usually you're not going to pick up 2 flags.
I'm not sure what they're going to call here. I'm not sure if it would necessarily be pass interference. I think it could be more contact downfield. Defensive back was a little handsy. The ball was a bit uncatchable per se for number 6. It wasn't quite in the area where she should have been, where the quarterback thought she was. But there definitely was contact downfield. And that's exactly what they're calling. Looks like they are calling holding, defensive holding, which would be, I believe, a 10-yard penalty instead of a spot foul. So, but that's still going to be a first down Tacoma.
Is that automatic first down on the holding call?
Should be.
Let's see if they can get our chain crew some help here. And it looks like it will continue to be fourth down.
Well, fourth down's much more manageable, so it looks like they're not going to be an automatic first down.
Oh, they're trying to. No, they're looking at automatic. They're communicating with the chain crew, and they're letting them know it is an automatic first down. And there will be a slight delay here while we figure it out. There we go. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down on the hold. And the chain crew is adjusting. And here we go. 7 officials, they get it right.
Eventually they'll get it right. They've actually done a pretty good job.
Takes the snap, quick screen to Ford, and she's got a blocker out in front. Runs outside of her blocker and will end up for no gain. Looked like a well-designed play. Just a little more patience there. She might have been able to pick up that block and make something big out of there. Unfortunately, the block just wasn't there, and so they flip sides of the field, but no forward progress.
Number 13, Lily Fisher, in on the tackle, pushing the receiver out of bounds. She is a very strong corner, very sure tackler, very physical from what I've seen so far.
And it looks like because that tackle was a lateral push out of bounds, the clock did not stop. Down the field on the wheel route and thrown out of bounds to stop the clock at 39 seconds left in the half.
Incomplete to number 1, Rosalie Mora. Sean, both her and Sean both came over from Majestics, like I mentioned multiple times, so they have some familiarity with one another, and I think that connection is going to absolutely get there. Like you mentioned, first game jitters, playing together, and timing is very important in an offensive passing game.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll go back to that 3-by-1 look forward as the inside most receiver, number 1 as the slot, Rosalie Moore. And we'll get an outside run here. Whoa, great tackle coming up from the safety position. And slow to get up. She's still on the field. The staff comes over to check on her.
That was number 31, Jasmine Raining, on the carry. Yeah. She took a very hard hit on the play. But while we get this figured out, let's go to a break, and we'll be back shortly.
And here we are back for a punt on 4th and 10. Tacoma, we have offsides, flag on the play. She wisely kicks it towards the sideline and kicks it out of bounds. But with that offsides, that will take another 6 seconds off the clock, which is in Tacoma's advantage at this point. We'll see if they like that punt or if they want to try it again with the 5 yards.
Tacoma's a very well-coached team. As you saw, once it was a short punt, literally I heard multiple players and coaches yelling Peter, which basically means poison, get away from the ball, no one touch it. That's something I think goes overlooked in football at any level, special teams.
Yeah, punts can be a huge momentum changer. All the kickoff we've seen, big momentum changer. Having a field goal kick, having a kicker and a field goal unit that can make extra points. That's 3 points that they get every time, or that they've had so far. So special teams has played a big role in this game so far, and it looks like they are not. They're not taking. They're taking the penalty from the dead ball spot. So they're going to add the offsides to where the ball went out of bounds.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear it on your guys' end, but shout out to DJ Defcon, who is out here entertaining the crowd right now, traveling here to help the Tacoma Ridge all the way from, I believe, Bellevue, which is quite a distance away from here. Bellingham, actually, yes.
Yeah.
So definitely want to thank him for coming out here to support the Tacoma Grit. One thing we can say is the community of Tacoma has welcomed the Grit with open arms as a community. Coach Rod, like I said, I can't say enough glowing things about him as far as his ability to recruit and also get everyone behind him to see his vision as a first-year program. Even though they are, like I said, a first-year program, they have multiple players here with multiple years of experience, All-American, All-Pro, multiple years of 5-year plus.
And she'll take the snap and look to the throw deep. And there's a wide open receiver on the outside, but the ball skips outside harmlessly. Could have been a big play, another big play there for their tight end.
Number 23, Vanessa Bledsoe.
Vanessa Bledsoe, yes.
So, like I was mentioning, first-year team, Tacoma Grit, they have tons of 5-year plus experience. Players like I mentioned already, Crit Tucker, Jasmine Renning, Tammy Johnson, Keisha Dobbins, Giovanna Cran, Kiera Cowan, Olivia Quarles, and many, many more.
Just drops back to pass, another deep throw, and great coverage, and no flag on the play. Very tight coverage, but the ball was kind of a toss-up there. Nothing to throw flag-wise on that tight coverage. Both players going for the ball.
Could have been either way. I think the Oklahoma Rage think that they that there was a could have been room for a penalty there. As former DB, I like it. No call. Keep it in your play. Keep the penalty flag in your pocket. Ball was a bit high. Receiver didn't make a valiant effort to try to make the reception. So I mean, I think it's a good no call there.
Yeah, and we'll end up with another 3rd and long here with 8 seconds to go. Can they put something together here? Another deep pass, moving away from their screen game. The ball floats. Ford makes another great play, skying up to take another completion away from Vanessa Bledsoe. Bledsoe. I will get that name.
Yes. Coach Rod has made an emphasis defensively to make sure that they do whatever they can to take Bledsoe out of the game plan as much as possible. She is a very, very sure-handed, very productive tight end for the Oklahoma Rage that they're going to be looking to go to very often. And Tacoma is definitely going to do their best to put a center forward on here to take her out of the play as much as possible.
Yeah,
and she's doing a good job so far.
Fantastic job so far. And we have them manned up again with 2 seconds to go. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen here. The pressure gets there, but Simmons is open on the screen, finding some outside running room. She breaks 3 tackles, 4 tackles.
No.
Pancake blocks across the field.
Oh, my God.
We have Simmons' 4th touchdown of the game.
Wow. That may have been her most impressive score on the day. That was nothing short of amazing of her as an athlete, catching a swing pass, allowing her blockers to get downfield and allow her to get to pay dirt.
And we do have an injury on the play. It looked like that might have been Crit Tucker hobbling off the field. Hopefully after the half, she'll be ready to go. But here comes the field goal unit to kick the fourth. Oh, we have a left punt, and it is no good. So only 6 points on the board, but 27-0 going into the half. Not the way the Grit wanted to end the half there, but exactly what Oklahoma was looking for. Finding that screen once again, using their best players' open field skills to score her 4th touchdown of the game.
Oklahoma has impressed me today with what they've been able to do offensively and even defensively. Like I mentioned, Coach Webb, former Oklahoma State Cowboy, and he is definitely bringing his playing experience to this team with multiple formations and multiple varying looks and plays out of those same formations, which pretty much is catching Tacoma by surprise. And they're just having their way with this Tacoma defense so far. Number 22, Hugh Simmons, is able to just get in the end zone for, again, her 4th touchdown of the day. And she is, if she hasn't made a name for herself yet in women's football, she definitely has today.
Yeah, well, and the blocking has just been fantastic for the Rage. I counted
Outstanding.
3 pancakes on that last play there. They got in space making plays. They're pulling, making plays.
Every single offensive lineman was downfield 15, 20 yards. As a head coach who's a former offensive lineman, that's nothing but just perfection to him. I can imagine how excited he was just to see them downfield and then to allow the score.
Right.
Oh, I can just imagine how Coach Webb is feeling right now.
Well, and downfield and blocking.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you get offensive linemen downfield, but they can't find anything to do.
They were looking for work. They were looking for work.
They had their eyes on a swivel, and they were ready to play. And that is that's the kind of play that I think the Grit would like to see coming out of their players coming up.
So I think Tacoma right now, they need to figure out something. They're definitely trying to incorporate both the run and the passing game. They just haven't had much success with it yet. But I can see them absolutely trying a little bit more to utilize their speed. Probably I can expect a little bit of trickeration here, a couple reverses, or just switching it up here.
Yeah, they have speed at quarterback, speed at running back, some good outside receivers. Now, can they put the plays together to get each one of them a chance to shine and keep the Rage off guard so that the blitzing and number 8, their elite safety, who's coming down from range, keep her off balance.
Speaking about her, number 8, Khalil Berryhill, a couple plays ago on the last run by Jasmine Raining, with about 40 seconds left, it was a 3rd down play. She came for 12 to 15 yards at the free safety position downhill and was able to tackle a very fast running back in the backfield for a loss of 3. And not only does she get there with speed, she gets there with power. That hit was nothing short, but just, like I said, Ed Reed-like. Like, that was just nothing but just beautiful football right there.
Yeah, some fantastic plays, special teams, offense, defense by the Rage. And the Grit, this is a good test for them early in the season.
Absolutely.
Because it shows them what they could be at some point. But they've got to gel and they've got to get there. And so this second half for them, I expect them to see how can they as a team rally around Coach Rod, who they came here to play for, right, with their experience. How can they rally and put something positive on the field to show that they too are bonded and they too are ready to take this to the next level.
Let's see how they adjust. I don't think anyone's going to quit. But it's halftime right here. We'll be back here at the Stadium Bowl out here in beautiful Tacoma, Washington for the second half.
Hi guys, I'm Allie with Tacoma Grit. I'm here with Coach Tui. We're getting ready to start off the first season with Tacoma Grit. How are you feeling?
I'm excited, really. I'm excited to be a part of this organization. I'm excited to get the season started. I'm excited to work with the ladies and just put out a product out there that Tacoma could be proud of.
Absolutely. So I'm thinking Coach Rodney brought you on. Have you guys had a relationship over the years? How did this all start?
Coach Rod, me and Coach Rod first started like coaching together at the other team, another women's tackle ball, and we just vibed, right? Like Coach Rodney is a vibe, and he's a good person and good quality guy, real humble, and that's what me and him are on the same page when it comes to football. Type of style of football that we want to play, the type of product that we put out, we take pride in it. And yeah, I've been coaching for quite a bit. Been around football for 20 plus years. Some high school experience coaching little league, and then this is be my second year coaching women's tackle ball.
Okay.
But football. It doesn't matter the gender. It's all football, right? And,
That's right.
we're here for the love of the game. I'm not gaining anything. I just love this game, and I want to give back for what it's given me.
So have you also coached men before, or has it always been women? Okay. So are there any differences in your coaching style?
I try to be cool with the men. I'm a lot more aggressive. I'm a lot more strict, right? Because I'm a girl dad, so I know how to
There you go. That comes into play.
Yeah, it comes into play. You can't be aggressive. You can't be really strict with girls. You got to be able to meet them at their level and be empathetic and hear them out, and you got to change it a little bit, but not too much. It's still the same core concepts of the game, but you got to change your delivery just a bit, not too much.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So going back to you and Coach Rod, how important is it for the coaches to be on the same page?
It's extremely important. It's like if we're not on the same page, you'll see it. We're going to lose, right? We're going to get our asses handed to us. But if we're on the same page and things are flowing like a well-oiled machine, you're going to see it. You're going to see that as well. You're going to see we're going to win a lot of games. You're going to see we're having a lot of fun, and we're, just enjoying the game of football.
Yeah. So are you coaching for offense and defense? Are you just like all around, or are you specialized in one part of it?
I'm the defensive coordinator this year, so I'm handling a lot of the defensive line, linebackers, and DBs, just handling the play calling for the defensive side. I'll be helping out on the offensive line as well, from here and there, but mostly on the defense.
Okay. And what are you looking for in players? Like when you're, looking at qualities of the women, what makes a really great player for you, in your opinion?
For me, it's got to be the grit, for one, just being able to go through the suck, because football isn't always pretty. There's going to be some shitty times, like you're going to hate it. You're going to hate me. But if you're able to come back the next day, be ready, keep going at 100%, that's what I'm looking for. Is that grit, that resilience of getting knocked down and getting back up. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah. So you're not talking about technical qualities right now. You're talking about the grit of the person.
As a person, what you got to give is not even. I don't care about your form. We could work on the form. I care about what's in your heart, what you got to offer. Like, well, how much can you take and still keep moving forward? And I think a lot of the women that we recruited and we have on the team are good products of grit.
Yeah. So are there any coaches, maybe in the NFL or anywhere else, that have inspired you, and who and why?
One coach, there's a lot of coaches that I like in the NFL, but I would say, I'm a Niner fan. For one.
That was going to be my next question. Bang. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Bang. You'll see us in the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. Okay. We're going to talk about that.
But I would say Pete Carroll.
Solid. Love Pete.
The way he coaches. I love his whole outlook on life. I loved him since he was at USC. He was a great coach at USC. He took that program. That could have been an NFL program every year that he was there. And he brought that to the Seahawks. And you see the outcome when he was coaching.
Yep. We saw that. That was Super Bowl right there.
Yep. Finally.
Right. And I love. What I love about Pete is that he's always excited when something happens. There's some coaches out there.
Yep.
And I think, just as a fan and a viewer, I think it's really fun to watch him be so passionate about it.
Yeah, 100. Because your players feed off of you.
Yeah.
Right. They feed off the energy that you bring to them, and if you're hanging your head after every bad play, they're gonna do the same. But
Right.
if you're teaching resilience or you're teaching grit, I gotta bring that energy. Like, man, you know what? We fucked up that play. Let's forget about it. Let's make up for it on the next play. Come on, keep your head up. Keep
Right.
grinding.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I see with some of these top players too, like, Max Crosby or even Russell Wilson back in the day. They're motivating their team too,
Yep.
So that's really important. Yeah. So now we go back to the other question. And now it's not the answer I wanted, but 49ers or Seahawks tonight.
Man,
You're a Niners fan?
just bang bang. We in there.
I don't know. I don't know.
We are the definition of grit. You see, we've been injured all year, but we still here. We still here.
Well, Seahawks are still here too. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting.
Nice. It's gonna be a good game, definitely.
Yeah, you'll be like sideline coaching, right?
Yep.
All right. So, final question: why for you Tacoma Grit? I mean, obviously, Coach Rod. Any other reason that brought you here? I mean, it's their first season.
Yeah. Why Tacoma Grit? I mean, first, like I said, I love football. Football has been in my family. It's been in my family since like I came to America, and I wanted to be a part of what Rod was doing. Right, Rod was creating something new. He's creating a new culture in Tacoma and Pierce County. He's bringing something that will help uplift the community, and being able to be a part of that and help him build that dream up, build up that empire. Man, I'm looking forward to it. I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it sounds like he's interested in really getting into the community and helping. It's not just about the football.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's great. I think that's something that the city needs. And I think it'll help us get to better days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to see this season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Tui, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, boom, that was awesome. Hi, guys. It's Allie from Tacoma Grit. I'm here with Ren.
Hi.
Starting off the new season. So what position are you playing?
Defensive end.
Defensive end. Okay. I think I know what that means. What does it mean to you, though? Like, what makes a good defensive end?
Causing pain to the quarterback.
Oh, you
And
heard it right there. And chaos.
Causing a lot of chaos.
Okay. So you feel like you're the one for the job?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can see over the line. I can have good speed around the line all day.
Okay. So you're good. How important is it for you to have good people around you?
Good people set up ways for me to finish my job appropriately. So, like, if somebody next to me is doing their job great, I can also finish my job as well.
Right. Absolutely. So what got you started in football, and how long have you been doing it?
I've been playing football for about two years now, and then I've been watching football since I was a kid. So I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, homegrown, from Maryland and everything.
Okay.
I used to go to all the games, season tickets, and everything.
And now you're a Seahawks fan?
No. Never.
Bleep that out. No, I'm kidding.
I bleed black and purple. What you mean?
Oh, you only get one team?
Only get one.
Okay. That's fair. All right. So what are you doing to get yourself ready for games? Like when you're trying to get hyped up, do you have routines that you do or?
I like to get like Rice Krispie treats from the store and stuff. You know, that's my little snack or whatever. I like it. And then I like throw my headphones on, or like I'll sometimes my mom will call me and say like a prayer for me before I like play the games and stuff. But like other than that, I really just be rocking with my Rice Krispie treat.
Well, the mom's important too, though. That sounds amazing. How important is support from your family and the community?
So my family is like pretty much on the other side of the country, so they're supporting from the far. And I work in the community up in Seattle, primarily the nightlife community, so I get a lot of support from the nightlife community.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. And is there a certain game that you're looking forward to this season? Like one team that you're like, I'm gonna get you.
All of them.
All of them.
Every last one of them.
Okay.
Hey, I might not get you, but you're gonna feel it in the morning.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. I'm so excited to see you out there.
Hey everyone, I'm Ian Lynham. I'm here with Semi Pro Live, interviewing Coach Rodney. Ian Lynham back here with Semi Pro Live. I'm here with Coach Brandon Webb of the Oklahoma Rage. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. You guys had a long trip, about 1,200 miles. Appreciate you guys coming way out here. So, I've been paying attention to you guys' teams for many years. Very familiar with a lot of your guys' players. What do you think is something that you think the women's football community needs to know about your team?
I mean, we're gonna play hard. Hopefully, we play pretty fast and physical. We're just trying to put on a good product for everybody to see.
Absolutely. So you guys moved from the WFA from last year. You guys were in the Division III championship last year. What do you think last year taught you about yourself as a coach and also as your team?
For me personally, it was just you got to take everything one game at a time, and I mean, really for the same as a team. You've never been to a place before, so you don't know what to expect. But you got to calm the nerves and handle it like business as usual.
Absolutely. So obviously the goal is to go 1-0 each week. So, I mean, best of luck to you guys the rest of the way, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And welcome back. Here we are at Stadium Bowl for the second half kickoff. The Tacoma Grit will be receiving the ball from the Oklahoma Rage. They're down 27-0, and a pooch kick into Ford's hands. She muffs the kick, picks it up, and will be knocked backwards. Fumble on the field, but it looks like the officials are saying that Tacoma recovered it. So they will get to go on offense to start the second half. Here's a chance for them to show what they worked on at halftime and what they can put together here against the Oklahoma Rage. What are we looking for offensively here?
So Tacoma needs to try to find something positive here. Offensively, they're trying to throw it. They just haven't been able to make those connections. They're still very dedicated and trying to make a point to run the ball with Jasmine Raining. They just haven't been able to get the production that they would want. I think what Tacoma needs to do here is try to just keep the chains moving. Don't try to score in one play. Just get little chunks and just get the chains moving. Find something positive in this drive.
They went to their power run play, and we have a miscommunication on the very first play. The quarterback looking to hand it off. No one there to take it, and not what you want to see on your first play of the second half, after you've made your adjustment. So 5-yard loss there, 2nd and 15 coming up.
That was number 8, Barry Hill, once again, who came blitzing off the edge like her hair was on fire. She also made the special teams tackle down here, nearly forcing the fumble on the kickoff.
We have some motion across. Again, looked like kind of a broken play, but quarterback able to keep the ball, run downhill, and the separation of the defense gave her some yards. Positive play there to bring up 3rd and long.
I think if Tacoma's going to have any success the second half, they're going to have to put it on the back of their quarterback, number 44, Sean Kanananui. She's going to have to use both her legs, which she just did right there, and hopefully start making some connections with her arm.
And here we have motion again from the boundary side, and it looks like she will keep it again, looking to get rid of it, and a negative play there. So out of 3 plays run so far the second half, we have 2 negative plays, 1 positive. That is not what they were looking for. This power formation that they went to as their second half adjustment does allow Rainey to come, does allow the Rage to bring their safeties into the box.
Yes.
And makes them more of a factor.
Yes.
Than I think you would want them to be.
Absolutely.
When they were spread out, I think they had more of a chance to get some north and south runs going. Now,
I think it actually plays in the hand of the Oklahoma Rage, where they want to be that physical team and punch you in the mouth. Like we mentioned, their defensive front with only 3 defensive linemen, they get pressure on by themselves. And then also with their linebacking core with number 20, 26, and number 97, they all love coming downhill and finding contact as well. So then when you bring number 4 and number 8, Barry Hill, into the box as well, you're just asking for trouble.
And they will stay with that formation. Again, another miscommunication on the handoff. And on 4th down, they will lose yards again. 2-yard loss there. And so they will now give the Oklahoma Rage possession on the Tacoma Grits 25-yard line.
I literally just said her name, number 4, KK Stevens, has played an amazing game defensively here for the Oklahoma Rage. She came off the edge as blitzing as a slot corner and ran down the ball carrier and made a very impressive hard tackle right there to force a turnover. Tacoma has to do something a little bit different. I think they need to go back to that spread game.
Yeah, that power game did not work for them there. 3 plays of negative yards, and now here the Rage have the ball, trying to run it inside, and broken tackles. 2 Tacoma Grit players down on the ground. Not what you want to see from them on that opening defensive drive. They did hold Simmons to a gain of 5, but we do have, I hope, more frustrated players than injured players down on the ground.
I would think at this point, the frustration is probably definitely setting in with the Grit. I think they came out here the second half looking to show that the score isn't necessarily indicative of the team they are, that they still have a lot of fight in them. And with the veteran leadership they have on defense, like I mentioned with Tucker and Taylor, they're not going to give up on Coach Rod and this team.
And here we have another run play inside out of that spread look. That has been the one play that has not seemed to work for them today, is that inside run out of spread. When Vanessa Bledsoe is involved, it just seems to make their run game move. And without her, with her running downfield, they don't seem to have the push there against that loaded box that the Grit is playing with.
Absolutely. Since the first series, the Oklahoma Rage have not had very much success running out of that spread formation with just a single back. But when they do have Bledsoe or number 9, Rebecca Crawford, or even number 20, Manny Curtis in as a lead blocker, they tend to find a lot more success running the ball.
And we're back to 3rd and long here. Downfield throw. We have one-on-one matchup down the field, and a fantastic catch for our first non-Simmons touchdown. Great throw down the field, that one-on-one coverage that Tacoma has been so good at all game long. They finally give up the big one, and it looked like number 10 there made the catch.
That was
for the touchdown.
Rachel Stinson, who's been playing very good two-way player so far this game. She's been playing very well on defense. A lot of one-on-one tackles on the outside, a lot of good sticky coverage as well. She was able to beat the defender one-on-one and catch the post route, go up for it for the first, like you said, non-Simmons touchdown.
Oh, we have another muffed snap there on the extra point, but there's a flag down, so we'll see if this play stands as no good or if this is going to be tried again. And it looks like we have offsides against the Grit, and so they will get to try this again unless they want to accept the penalty on the kickoff.
So talking to Coach Webb at halftime, I did ask him what were his thoughts on the first half, and believe it or not, he actually wasn't as excited or happy as I thought he was. Like, he loved the very last play they had of the game when they had all those offensive linemen blocking down the field. But he talked about multiple missed assignments by his offensive linemen and defensively as well. A lot of missed tackles that he's looking to clean up. So he said he plans to keep his foot on the gas, and this touchdown early has shown that he is looking to still score points.
Well, and these snaps are another thing that I imagine he's not happy about. That is 3 snaps in a row that have not made it to the holder and have resulted in the holder taking some pretty punishing hits, trying to escape with the full force of the Tacoma Grit
and those
bearing down on her.
And those aren't very comfortable positions to be getting tackled in. I held in high school, and I took a couple of hits on some bobbled snaps or some really quick rushing, and it's not very fun. So I can imagine that number 9, Rebecca Crawford, isn't in the best of moods, but at the same time, they're up 33-0, so I'm pretty sure she's not complaining too much.
Yes, I hope we see their long snapper working some on the sideline, getting ready for when they score their next touchdown, be it tonight or another game.
Speaking of scoring, I did talk to number 22, Q Stevens, at halftime, and I playfully joked with her, told her she's having a good game, but I was like, hey, are you going to save some touchdowns for somebody else? She's like, nope, I want them all. And she nearly got in for her 5th touchdown, but as we saw, number 10, Rachel Stinson with the catch from a quarterback, Courtney Eldridge there, which is a very, very beautiful throw, very much on the money, very accurate pass. Either it was an incomplete or a touchdown. It was either receivers coming down with it or it was going to fall incomplete.
And so now we are at 33-0 with 11:57 left to go in the third quarter. And we have a surprise onside kick here. Recovered by the Tacoma Grit and advanced for 7 yards down the sideline. Great catch there. Nice heads-up play. Just a couple tacklers between her and the end zone, but the Rage were able to make the tackle. You weren't kidding when they said they want their foot on the gas and they want to score. An onside kick up 33-0 is a very bold move.
It's aggressive.
It's
aggressive.
But they trust their defense.
Absolutely. And that was a very good hands by the return team right there, pretty much in a no man's zone. The ball didn't quite go 10 yards, but she had to recover that ball right then and there because she had multiple members of the Rage barreling down on her. If she didn't recover it, they were going to definitely block her, and the next person behind her was going to get it. So that was a very impressive recovery and way to stand there and take the hit.
Yeah, we just had 12 on the field here, and so we will be moving back 5 yards for the next.
So number 22, we got Q Simmons right now, which again having a very impressive game for the Oklahoma Rage. Like I said, if she hasn't made a name for herself in women's football, she definitely has today.
All right, we had a backwards pass there. Nice catch there. It looked like they were trying to set up something downfield, but nothing materialized. Some good blocking there. Again, number 1, who we've called her name quite a bit, did a nice job blocking downfield.
That was Rosalie Mora.
Yes, great block there, but she just came off the field. And so getting looked at on the sideline after that great block downfield, but tackled in the backfield for another negative play here for the Grit.
Let's see if we can get raining going here.
And outside handoff there, using her speed, hitting the edge. A nice move, but fumbled, and it looks like the Rage have recovered. So a positive play turned into a negative play seems to be how the evening is going for the Grit in their first home game in their existence.
Once again, number 8, Barry Hill. We've been telling her name all game long. Coming from the free safety position with both speed and power, knocking the ball free, and I believe recovering it for the Oklahoma Rage.
And it looks like we have another injury for the Grit. Someone is down on the sideline over there. Can't see who it is. But
I think that's raining. I think she's down.
Yeah, that was another hard hit there, and forcing the fumble.
All right, so while we got time out here, let's go to break. Let's go to our. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back, guys.
Trying to run the ball here on, it looks like first down, It looked like the Grit did recover the fumble, or she was ruled down. Not sure how they ruled possession in favor of the Grit, but they do still have the ball after the forced fumble. But it does look like we did have number 2 Ford injured on that last play, and so she is not currently in the game.
Hopefully she's all right. She's become a big for Tacoma, both offensively and defensively. Hopefully she's able to come back in the game and finish out strong here.
So here on 2nd and 10, play action pass. Flag is down, ball thrown in the air. We have 2 flags now, one on each side of the field. It might be a procedure penalty when the ball was snapped, and then we may have a pass interference down the field. So those 2 will end up offsetting. Hopefully it is not a procedure penalty, but it looks like that may be the case.
That was number 10, Rachel Stinson, on the coverage, and she was in a bit of no man's land one-on-one with the wide receiver, and she did the best she could to not give up the catch, but unfortunately she never got her head turned around and made a play on the ball, and she definitely impacted the receiver for being able to come back to the ball. So I actually agree with that pass interference. The Oklahoma sideline didn't seem to contest it too much. Tacoma's moving the ball, so, I mean, they're having a little bit of success this drive. Let's see if they can hopefully get in the end zone and make something positive of this game, something to build on to going into the rest of the season.
Yeah, it looks like those penalties will offset. It was a procedure penalty. The slot receiver was not set when the ball was snapped. And so just some little things to clean up here for Tacoma that seem to be giving them some problems. Hopefully they don't need to take another timeout to clear it up.
That offsetting penalty is a little unfortunate for Tacoma.
And we have another play action pass going in the same place, but now perfect positioning. You can't fool her twice. Right there for that play, interception, and brings it down the sideline for around 15 yards on that interception return there.
Number 10, Rachel Stinson with the coverage there. She goes from giving up the potential pass interference defensively to flushing that play, being in perfect position, and taking the interception and then running it back about 15 yards as well. That is phenomenal play right there by number 10, Stinson.
And we had another procedure penalty on the Grit on that play. That penalty is declined with the interception. But the Grit are just kind of shooting themselves in the foot at this point, making too many mistakes, going to the same well too many times. They've got to find ways to keep the Rage off guard, off balance, and not let them play downhill.
This is typically when fatigue starts to set in, where you are tired and you just aren't executing as well as you can. But there are a lot of young players on the Tacoma Grit, and there's just a lot of learning, a huge learning curve that most of the team has to figure out.
And we have an outside run here to Simmons. Great outside tackle. Well read, well pursued for only a 1-yard gain. And now we have whistles as we have another Grit player down. It looks like she is able to stand up on her own power, but they will ask her to leave the field
for this one play
as they stop play for her.
That's number 32, Crit Tucker, who needs to come out for a play. But that was her teammate, number 47, Chelsea Ford, with the tackle, ran down the receiver or the running back on the toss and gave up no yards. Very impressive play by the former All-American linebacker from the Oklahoma City Lady Force.
Yeah. So nice plays by the defense there. Let's see if they can stack those plays together. They're out of their spread look again. The Rage are out of their spread look again, and so we'll see what kind of play they dial up here. And it looks like we have a deep pass play down the field again to Stinson, and she makes another catch, and she's down the field. Great tackle. Great tackle by, was that number 6?
That was number 6, Callie Thant. She gave up the long catch, but she was able to stay with it and make the touchdown-saving tackle on number 10.
Yeah.
Once again, Stinson, who is coming up big this second half for the Oklahoma Rage.
Now we have
both offensively and defensively.
And now we have an official down. And so we will have to take a minute from play here while they attend to him. With that in mind, what do you think it is that makes the Grit or the Grit can do to build on for the rest of this possession? What can they do to kind of band together and show that they're not going to get rolled over?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I mean, they got to continue to keep fighting. They can't get down on themselves. The game isn't over. There's still 9 minutes left in this quarter, plus an entire another quarter to go. They have to keep fighting. I mean, the score isn't very much going in their favor. Most of this game hasn't seemed to go much in their favor, but I think the best thing they could possibly do at this point is continue to fight, continue to believe and fight for their teammates, those who are wearing the same name across their chest. Play for that name across their chest, not the ones on the back. And just show some fight. Oklahoma is going to continue to try to score points. That's what they do. That's what they plan to try to do the rest of this game. So Oklahoma's not taking their foot off the gas. It's going to be up to the grit to put up some fight here and show that, we're here to build and become the exact same team that Oklahoma has now become these past 3-4 years that they've been together.
And what a great time, week 2. Your inaugural game in your home stadium to play a team like this, because the rest of this game, it all gets easier from here. This team is very they execute well, even though their coach might like it to be a little cleaner.
Absolutely.
But this is a great test for them to say, hey, we can play with these guys. We can play with anyone.
There's a lot of positivity to build them on it. Like, yes, the score isn't there, but there's a lot of players on defense who are playing very good. Chelsea Taylor Ford right there. She's been playing very outstanding as a linebacker. Crit Tucker has made some very impressive tackles as well. Both corners have played very well in the game. First half, giving up both the touchdown now and a long pass. So there's lots to build on. Rosalie Moore at safety, she has come downhill and made a lot of really impressive tackles and PBUs as well. So there's a lot to build on. I think it's only up for here for Tacoma.
Yeah. Well, we are now down to a six-man official crew, and we have motion across the quick shovel pass. And again, the Grit get pinched inside. She is able to find an alley down the sideline, and it looks like we have a fumble. A fumble recovered by, it looks like the initial sign is the Grit. And so here we have a great play by the defense. Gives them an opportunity to get the ball back, and that's kind of what we were talking about. Positivity to build on, right? The big impact plays that they can build on.
Absolutely. That was a very impressive, not only tackle, but also peanut punch to knock the ball out off the runner, number 8, who took the ball on a little bit of a jet sweep, a little bit of a pitch pass, and that was, I believe, number 5, Amina Duncan, with both the tackle and the forced fumble there for the Tacoma. And again, small things to build upon as the game goes on, as the season goes on. The positive things to find for Tacoma to remind themselves to stay in this game. That is a war of attrition. It is a marathon.
And we have a nice run up the middle, brought down by a group of Rage tacklers, but it looks like a nice gain of about 3 on the play. And really, those plays, right, run those plays 4 times, get your first downs, and keep going. But if they can avoid the negative plays on this drive, I would think it would be a success for them.
Just got to move the chains. Just got to move the chains. No more 3 and outs. No more 2-minute drives offensively and give the ball right back to the Oklahoma Rage. Move the chains, keep the clock going.
And we have motion across. It looks like we'll have an illegal procedure penalty there and another negative play there on the outside run. So the penalty, the loss of yards on the play, not what they want to build on after a gain of 3 yards. Right?
They're going backwards. Absolutely going backwards now.
And it looks like a few of their star players are not in anymore at wide receiver. And so they're now operating with backups, fresh players, not suffering from the same fatigue as some of the rest of the team might be. But still, this is not the group that they started the game with. And so now it's kind of trying to manufacture something with these new players.
Also, as a young team, you are going to have a lot of misunderstandings of basic football rules and making sure you have enough players lined up on the line of scrimmage. So I believe that was what was called here against Tacoma, which backs them up a little bit further.
And they'll have to take a timeout here to figure it out, because that is 3 procedure penalties in the last 5 plays. And so something is not being communicated, and they will try to figure out here in this timeout.
Let's see what adjustments that Coach Rod is going to try to continue to make the second half to keep his team into the game. I think we mentioned multiple times that he is definitely a players coach, very much a strong recruiter. We have a lot of travel players with the team, a lot of former Majestics who followed him from the WNFC to the AWFL with Tacoma. And we also have a few international representation as well. Linebacker Mel Washington, she's one of those players. She has international experience, having competed internationally in Mexico as a women's football player, which is pretty impressive. She pretty much says that she's hungry and that she absolutely believes in Coach Rod. I think that's something that if you ask almost every player on Tacoma, I think they'll all say the exact same things. In Rod we trust. And like I said, I think they're all going to continue to fight for him and show that what the score says isn't necessarily the team that they are.
Yeah, and here we're just, we can see some execution here and show, that the camaraderie is there. It's now just putting the pieces together.
Yep. Football is one of those games where experience is going to be one of your greatest teachers.
All right, we have motion across. Lead blocker for quarterback number 44, and she will be brought down for, looks like no gain on the play.
Number 20, Alicia Williams setting the edge strongly and allowing quarterback Sean Nananui to get to the outside and forcing not only fourth down, but also another tackle for no gain, possibly a loss. She's having an outstanding game at defensive end.
And so it looks like we have another player going to the sideline for the Grit, and it will now bring up 4th and 9. They're in punt formation here. Last time they punted it out of bounds. I think they'll be looking to angle it out of bounds again.
Very good kick.
Very
good kick by Laura.
But this is a lot of space they have to cover now. And so down to the 35-yard line, setting up the return, letting her blockers create space, finding an edge, and breaks a tackle on the outside. We've got a flag down as she picks up blockers down the sideline, tackled down at the Grit 20.
A lot of extra bodies down on the field.
A great deep punt, unfortunately outkicked her coverage and gave a lot of space for the returner to set up her blockers and make people miss.
That was number 4, KK Stevens there. We've called her name quite a few times. Very electric defensive back who's made multiple tackles for loss off the blitz, as well as now showed her athleticism and speed on the return there.
So it looks like we have a block in the back down there at the Grit 45. And so that will move the ball back from there. And we have another player down for the Grit. She seems to be in a lot of pain trying to get up on her own. And we hope that it's just the wind knocked out.
So the player down is number 1, Rosalie Mora. She was a punter who had a very fantastic booming punt, probably close to 50-plus yards before it even started really rolling. She took a very hard block by the Oklahoma Rage, and it looks like she might have hopefully just has the wind knocked out of her. She's walking off under her own power, so that's very encouraging. But football is a very violent sport. It's very much a collision sport, and unfortunately, that's just what happens in the sport.
Yeah, and the rules are trying to make these big open field blocks safer, trying to eliminate the blocks that your Steelers made in the past, breaking people's jaws. We don't want any of that anymore.
No, the game has changed.
Yes,
the game definitely has changed. It's definitely no more blindside blocks, which I believe is what's called back here, is why the ball was brought back. So football is inherently a violent sport, but there are a lot of rules in place meant to try to take out a little bit of that extra aggression to make it a little bit safer, which is kind of an oxymoron because football is a very unsafe sport to play, as we both probably know.
Yeah, but the block or the blindside block did bring back that great return, and so the punt will end up being, let's see here, a 30, 40, 50-yard punt.
At least.
50-yard punt. So great punt there.
Way to flip the
flip,
field.
Yeah, flipping field position. So great punt, and hopefully we see her back in the game. And we see the spread formation. We have Bledsoe going in motion. We have a play action off of it. A nice hit on the quarterback by the Grit, and the ball will end up down into the ground. And it looks like Elridge is back up on her own power. Took a hard hit there on that play action, and that is not what the Rage need right now. Being up 33-0 is getting any of their players hit too hard, and
I'm pretty sure she's going to want that throw back. Number 9 was wide open right there. That was Rebecca Crawford, who just wasn't able to bring it in. The ball skipped to her. I'm pretty sure that's going to be one that Eldridge is going to be thinking about all of this next week.
And she drops back for a deep throw again, and great coverage there. Contact made right at the same time as the ball, so no pass interference. Nice job staying in her hip and knocking the receiver down as she was trying to catch the ball.
Once again, incomplete to number 9, Rebecca Crawford, who's been very productive offensively for Oklahoma. She just wasn't able to connect their ball a bit too high.
Yeah, they've been trying to hit those slants. I wonder if that's one of those plays that Coach Webb was talking about, where he wanted to see the
a little bit better execution. Absolutely, I guarantee that's definitely what he was talking about. 100%.
And they'll go back to the spread formation. Seems like they have some things they want to work on out of this look. We have 3 vertical route and a wide. And that is the route that you would expect Vanessa Bledsoe to catch. That is we've seen her make those catches before in other games and in pregame as well. They ran 3 hitches across the board, giving her space to work vertically. And she just couldn't quite track the ball and get her hands on it.
Oklahoma with the smash concept, like you mentioned, the outside receiver with the hitch, and then Vanessa Bledsoe with the corner route, guarded pretty tightly by number 2, Senna Ford, just unable to make the catch, just a little bit too far.
And it's great to see Senna Ford back on the field.
Absolutely.
One of the highlights of the Grit tonight. All right, and so we have a drop back pass here. Everyone picks up their receivers and a drop on the outside. Nice blocking there by the Rage, giving plenty of time to hit that dig route. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold on to it, and that will bring up, it looks like, the punting unit for the Rage.
I believe that was actually 4th down. I think that drop actually is going to give Tacoma the ball back, actually.
And there you go. And so that is the defense coming out, as we have not seen them want to punt at all tonight.
And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to be like, why are Oklahoma still passing up 33 points in the second half? This is exactly what Coach Webb was talking about. Trying to work on things to get better, to have better execution. And in women's football, they only play 6 regular season games. So they do not have a lot of opportunity to work on things and in turn get better. So Oklahoma is still trying to, execute and, make the most of their offensive abilities. They just weren't able to connect there.
And here the Grit. Play action pass.
Wide open
to Ford. And unfortunately, a little underthrown. The defender was able to get a hand on it. Near interception. Both the receiver and the DB playing defense on that play. But yeah, wide open Ford. Nice to have her back in the game.
Absolutely. Rachel Stinson almost had her 2nd interception of the game there. Just wasn't able to quite corral it. Sean tried her best to get that throw out there to a wide open Senna Ford, who was running uncovered, just wasn't able to quite get there.
Yeah, it looked like the play action sucked her in, and she was able to find the open. And she's going back, trying that play once again to Ford, and it is incomplete.
That is a play that Tacoma is 100% looking for, and that they are wanting to find that connection, and I think it could get there. A lot of it is just timing and just getting that ball just exactly where you need it, knowing exactly where to put on the outside shoulder or sometimes on the inside shoulder if the defense is playing a little bit tight, like number 10, Rachel Stinson was right there.
Yeah, interesting to see that they've continued to pick on Rachel Stinson even after her interception and the great touchdown pass that she had.
Absolutely.
Or catch that she had. And we have an inside run trying to get some yards, some ferocious running, not going down, driving the knees down for a 2-yard gain to bring up 4th and 8.
Off the line, anchored by number 72, Tia Matthews, another Majestic player who made the trip from the WNFC to the AWFL. She was able to keep the pile moving for a positive gain there after it looked like it was going to go for none.
And here we are with 4th and long. Let's see if they try to pick on Rachel Stinson one more time. Play action pass against Rachel Stinson once again with safety help, and it is intercepted. We do have a flag on the play. It looks like there will be pass interference if this flag is not waved off, but we will have an interception returned for a touchdown depending on this flag. So
I think it's coming back. The Oklahoma Rage sideline did not look too excited as they should when you have a teammate running 70-plus yards for a touchdown. I think they all knew that it was going to be called a pass interference, which there was some contact at the top of the route. I don't know how much it would be pass interference necessarily, but I think it is definitely a warranted flag on the defense right there. So I think there will be some form of positive gain for Tacoma.
Well, the officials have met, and we will get our call here in a minute to see if this is waved off or if this is enforced. Sometimes with these situations in double coverage like that, the argument for uncatchable ball gets brought up, and sometimes you'll get, oh, there we go. So they do not wave off the flag, and it is indeed pass interference against the Rage. Again, picking on Stinson once again, and even the Rage made their adjustment. They rolled coverage to Stinson's side to help her out, but the Grit have decided that is where they want to throw, and have continued to run that play over and again. And now that's 2 pass interferences on Stinson versus the 1 pick. And she's in good position, even though she's getting penalized. She's still playing very good ball. As a coach, I would tell her, don't change something up. Play exactly as you are. Well, at this point, she's given up 0 points and gotten an interception and changed for the turnover.
Exactly.
And we're going to no illegal procedure penalty there. But we have a handoff for, looks like a 1-yard loss. And
it's number 79, Emily Dahl right there, who shot the gap. She saw the motion, which figured there would be some form of jet sweep or quick pitch, and she literally shot that gap and forced the tackle for loss. Very, very good play by the middle linebacker there, Emily Dahl.
Yeah, and so the Grit now will have to figure out, can they get this run game going or continue to pick on Rachel Stinson, or will they go to the field? Oh, and we have a procedure penalty. There have probably been about 5 uncalled procedure penalties on the Grit tonight, which Coach Rod, I know, will want to clean up because that is not his brand of football. No. Some have been called, they've let some go, but that is something that they, moving forward, will watch the film and want to address.
There's a lot Coach Rod and Coach Webb can use for this game to help teach their players things that they've done well and things that they've done bad. I think both of them are going to do a very good job this next coming week as they both go into their third week of competition, and I think they both are going to be very excited to get back to the drawing board after this game is over.
We had a handoff up the middle there. Actually, a really nice pocket there for the running back. The line did a nice job moving their people forward.
Good push.
Yeah, great push there. And so that's a positive that they can build on for the offensive line as well as they keep building in this game. We have 3rd and long here. Play action pass. Great pickup by the running back. And again, they pick on Rachel Stinson. This time they had her beat that far off the pass that was right in her hands. So again, kind of the story of the night. As soon as the rest of the team is executing, one person isn't. And so getting all 11 to execute at the same time. And you can see the score being a lot different.
Number 2, Ford had her man beat, and she was able to get behind the corner and had her eyes on the ball right in her chest, just wasn't able to bring it in. I think that's one she's absolutely going to want back.
Sets up 4th and long with a good blitz. Again, the one-on-one coverage, and the safety rolled over to that. They have a play. They have something.
They like it.
They have something they want to execute.
That's what they want.
And similar to the Oklahoma Rage running their slants, up 33-0, they're gonna throw to their top receiver, regardless of the coverage, to try to give her an opportunity to make a play.
I think a lot of it has to do with trying to still believe in your best wide receiver, who we've seen, which is number 2 center forward for the Tacoma Grit. But then also I think the right-handed quarterback, and then also Coach Rod, he's very much he's going to continue to run his offense the way he wants to run his offense. It's not so much stubbornness, but when he sees something and he wants his team to perform in action, he's going to keep going to the well. And I don't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah, and so here we are with the Rage back to a power formation. Here, and we have running to the power side. We got Simmons again, and tackled from behind, and it looked like the ankle again got rolled up on, and she is down for the moment, and she will be looked at and they will stop play. Back to what we were talking about. Setting that up, Coach Rod has done such a nice job of running plays to set up other plays. I wonder if they'll go to a now route, now that Stinson is playing so far off and wrong coverage there. Maybe something underneath some of the screens that we've seen the Rage run. It's something quick-hitting now that they're playing so far over the top of her, giving her an opportunity underneath to make something.
Absolutely. I mean, just got to find something positive to continue to build on. And Sean has a very beautiful ball. The ball is getting there, very tight spiral, just unable to connect. But I think trying to call plays where she can just get the ball out of her hands to her playmakers, even if it's not to number 2 center forward, maybe down to number 5 down here for the Tacoma Grit. We're talking about Duncan, giving her a chance to.
And Simmons is now out of the game, working on those ankles, and so they will go to their passing offense once again, starting with a screen, and they set it up quite nicely. All the action going to the left, and then the tunnel back to the right. And I believe there were 4 Tacoma Grit players around the quarterback. So the screen did exactly what they wanted it to, brought that pressure up, and left a huge hole. But the Grit were able to rally down from the top and make that play.
Absolutely. This is something Coach Rod had mentioned definitely during the walkthrough that I got the chance to visit to. As a defensive lineman, he stressed that the Oklahoma Rage, they are a heavy screen running team. And if you get in way too easy as a defensive lineman, where you're not having very much luck against this nasty offensive line, get your hands up.
No.
Chances are that screen's coming right over your head, right behind you.
And so we have another pass play going down the field this time. Great tackle on the outside. I can't quite see who made that tackle.
I believe that was number 6, Callie Fant.
Another great tackle by her. Playing without leverage, right? The ball was caught on the outside, and she was able to come inside out and make that play to hold it to only a 4-yard gain on a very deep pass.
Oklahoma, when they get in those bunch trip sets, they love to have number 9 or number 23. If they don't catch a quick screen, they somehow leak out to the flat, wide open for multiple yards. They've ran that play multiple times this week, last week, and in their last 3 games I had the chance to watch.
We have another deep pass. Good protection. Quarterback rolls out, throws it. And just too far for the outstretched hands of number 9.
Rebecca Crawford, unable
yes.
to make the play. That looked like it was a little bit of a broken play. It didn't look initially that she was looking to run that deep out route. It looks like she was looking to run more of a seam, but was forced to run an out based off of coverage there by the Tacoma Grit player. I could be a little bit wrong. I definitely would love to go back and watch that, but it looked like that was a broken play that she just used her connection playing with Eldridge for multiple years, knowing where she'd be and, scrambling and trying to give her a chance to complete a pass downfield.
We have a bad snap on the ground, and it's anyone's ball. We don't have an official confirmation who's
I think Eldridge was able to fall back on it.
All right, and it looks like she fell on it for to bring up fourth down. That is now 0 run plays run while Simmons is not on the field. It has been a pass or a screen every single time that Simmons is not on the field.
She's definitely their workhorse offensively as their running back. But number 4, KK Stevens, I did see her on film. When she does get the ball in hand, she is very electric, as you saw in the punt return that was called back.
Right.
So I would expect her, if they do some form of screen pass or swing pass to her, I expect them to try to get her going.
Yeah. Well, and then you have Rebecca Stinson as well running those vertical routes. Looks like a screen again and dropped to turn the ball over. Probably best that you were dropped. That's about a 5-yard loss she would have taken there.
It would. I don't think she would have got the first down there. No.
Yeah, and so turnover there, giving the Grit an opportunity in rage territory. 42 yards to go for their first points of the season.
Absolutely. Oklahoma's still up 33, still passing. And again, I'm pretty sure people are going to be out there asking why they're still passing. Coach Webb is looking to get better offensively as a team. They only have 6 chances in the regular season to make the playoffs, and they aren't here to just participate in this league. They're looking to win it all. They're looking to get to San Antonio at the end of the year and hopefully win a championship. And he's going to continue to push his team to execute flawlessly. They still have most of their starters in on defense as well. They are looking to keep their foot on the gas.
We have another broken play here by the Grit. The quarterback and the running back both went different directions, and luckily the quarterback was able to run out of bounds before being taken down. It will be forward momentum, and so the clock will not stop. And so that may be the last play of the third quarter. But a lot of communication errors here, procedure penalties, just things that the Grit need to clean up to be competitive against a team like this, and we're just not seeing that here tonight.
We're not seeing it yet. We're not seeing players necessarily giving up. They're not seeing bad body language. They're still cheering in the stands. They're still cheering on the sideline, egging their teammates on. So, I mean, I think we are seeing some positive emotions from the Grit, just not positive plays on the field.
And we got one play, and that is ruled that it is a incomplete pass. That was ruled incomplete down here by the side judge. And so they will not lose yards on that pass. But that was the last play of the third quarter. They got off with 1 second left. And now they will go and regroup here for the fourth quarter. 3rd and long is the dilemma they have. But if they can convert this 3rd and long, and they've shown that they have a play they like to do it.
Yes.
But if they can convert this 3rd and long, that gives them 30 yards to go for their first points of the season. And I think that's got to be the message right now.
Absolutely.
Is that this is not about a game. This is about executing, being on the same page, and getting points on the board.
Finding the small victories. Absolutely. I definitely agree. And Tacoma needs to realize that they don't need these full 15 yards in one play. They're absolutely most likely going to go for it on 4th down. There's no reason for them not to, no matter what happens on the play. They're down 33-0, so go for it regardless. So you have 2 opportunities here to get about 15 yards. So you don't need to get it all in one. Let's maybe, get 5, get 8 here. Make it a little bit more manageable. Something positive to build on, but knowing Coach Rod and then also knowing what they've been trying to do, get that connection on with center forward, I can expect them also throwing a fade route here. Now with number 13 and number 10 playing on the same side of the field that they are, they don't flip-flop right and left corner. They pretty much stay on the same side field. Let's see if they challenge number 13, Lily Swisher, who has also played pretty well defensively, coverage-wise, but she has yet to make an interception like her counterpart, Rachel Simpson, has. But she's down here one-on-one with center forward. So let's see what Tacoma can do.
Yeah, and will we see the safety roll over the top right now? She's lined up middle of the formation.
I would expect that.
Yeah, I would think that this would be a great time to double for it, as this is the look that and she'll start to rotate to the middle of the field, play action pass, but now they will throw it out to the outside, incomplete. So it does seem to be that they want to challenge a side of the field more so than necessarily a receiver that they're looking for.
I like that Sean got out of her hands right away, trying to have that quick screen there to the to, I believe that was number 24, Mel Washington, I believe. I do apologize if I got the number wrong. So I mean, that's good that they're trying to do. They're trying to get the ball into other players' hands, into the playmakers, just to be able to connect. But they're just not having very much luck so far this year, so far this game.
Yeah, and a nice play design there. They went to the 3 receiver side. There were some blockers in front. Catch the ball, make them tackle you. The energy of the rage hasn't been as high as it was earlier in the game. I think at some point the players are trying to exit the game as well with a big lead. And so, yeah, make them make a play. Make them continue to be perfect. Make them continue to put the pressure on them to hold that lead. And so, but we have a timeout here for Coach Rod to dial something up on this 4th and long. Because like you were saying, they didn't have to get it on that last play. They could have gotten 7-8 yards for a more manageable play. But now here they do need to get all 14 yards in one play. So
we'll see what happens here.
See what they dial up. Will they isolate Ford once again? Here now on number 13. It looks like this will be, they will isolate her on Rachel Stinson again. And we have a double team. All right, and so we have double play action pass. Nice ball, great throw in her hands and incomplete. So
we do have Laundry, a late flag coming in.
Another flag down. There was a blitz instead of a double team there as they brought the safety down. So let's see if that blitz caused an issue.
Number 10, Rachel Stinson again with amazing cover. She is playing very well, and she is still yet to give up a big catch. It looks like the penalty may be on her. The referee with the better angle did seem to throw the flag for close to the line of scrimmage. And I think their feet just got more tangled up more than contact. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the pass interference. And once again, if I'm Coach Webb or the defensive coordinator, I'm telling them don't change a thing. Yeah. You're playing very good. It's just, that's what happens sometimes as defensive backs. Sometimes you get penalized, like you're on an island, but she's not panicking. She's sticking with her technique. She's not getting too handsy. She's already had an interception, multiple PBUs, and the person she's guarding isn't making catches. So she's playing outstanding regardless of the DPIs.
And so, once again, Ford is isolated. Slinson is playing more press coverage this time. Now she has safety over the top. They'll try to run it to the outside. And that very uncomfortable looking tackle for a loss of 7 on the play. And the Rage sideline and the Rage fans are raging right now as they celebrate this tackle for a loss. Feeling like it should be the Rage ball.
As they should. Aisha Williams is having an amazing game. She is literally setting that edge and not allowing anything positive to happen on her side at all. She is playing out of her mind today. Very impressive game by number 24. Alicia Williams.
Absolutely, and it looks like we will get another isolation play up here to the field side on our left. And let's see if they play action pass once again. But now the quarterback will keep it off and slipped up. Just caught her feet.
Number 23, Blitzer right there, who's a two-way player, making her presence felt defensively. Her and the defensive line are getting tons of penetration along the offense. They have been just wrecking balls out there, Bulls and China shops, and she finally shows up on the defensive stat sheet with a huge tackle for loss there against number 44, Sean Miller.
Yeah, the Grit just don't seem to be able to pin anything inside. Earlier in the game, they were able to get outside by pinning them in, but now they've spread out more, and they've had a really hard time getting outside. And we have a one-on-one matchup once again, and another flag is thrown, and it looked like a hold there. Ford didn't quite run a clean route on that. It looked like there might have been some contact earlier in the route before the catch point. But this seems to be the story of the second half. Is these ISO routes
And that flag.
Ford against Stinson.
That flag, from where it came from and how quickly it came out, there was definitely some contact that the referee saw there against number 10 Stinson, who they're going to be subbing out. Or no, actually, they're moving her to this side of the field, but she's been playing fantastic. I mean, again, I didn't see much there that I felt warranted the flag. I mean, maybe she had a little too handsy past 5 yards on the field, but I don't know if there was much pass interference because the Ford got behind her and the flag came out pretty quickly. So I'm curious of what the officials saw there.
They just moved to more of a press cover kind of look, and so maybe within the first few steps of Ford's route, there was contact, but the officials are having a long conversation about this, trying to get this right. That would be the fourth contact or pass interference penalty against Stinson, which is not something you see very often.
And once again, I would tell number 10, if I'm her defensive coach, do not change anything you're doing. And I agree, wave off the flag.
And they waved it
yes,
off. Yep.
Absolutely. I would tell number 10, Rachel Wilson, do not change anything. You're playing a fantastic game, very physical, very sticky. Just unfortunately, sometimes the defensive back, those are just the breaks.
So they move Stinson to the other side. Ford decided to ran a hitch instead, and got yards, which is great for a third down. Move a little closer to make this a manageable fourth down. But yeah, finally made that adjustment instead of the go balls into that hitch, and well executed.
Finding that connection, yes. They've been running go after go after go. Finally now breaking down about 10 yards and just securing a catch, trying to find those positive things that we've mentioned multiple times.
And now they have two DBs guarding Ford. They are tired of them. The Rage are tired of them.
They know where they're going. They know what direction they're going.
Now that double team has not stopped the Grit from throwing to Ford before. So we'll see if they want to continue. They want to continue attacking whoever is guarding Ford.
So while we have a little bit of break and play, we definitely want to thank everyone for watching the live stream, everyone here locally in the Pacific Northwest, and everyone out in Oklahoma and around the country taking in this live stream provided by Semi-Pro Live. Thank you to our producer here, Jasmine Hayes. She's amazing, very lovely young lady. I've been working with her for the past couple of 3 years, and I can't thank her enough, and I know she loves exactly what she does. And I know there's nowhere else she'd rather be except for right here, streaming this game for you guys.
And we have a play action pass to a double team Ford, and the ruling on the field is incomplete. And so the Rage will take over here at their own 30-yard line. So we figured out an identity for the Grit. They have decided that this is Ford's team, and ride or die right here.
Very much. Absolutely.
But that for a young new team is fantastic. That they have found something that they've said, this is our bread and butter. This is our identity. You will have to take this away from us. And two DBs is not enough. You'll have to send 3 over there before we stop throwing it to her. And so that is a path forward that the Grit can move on. And here we go. Back to their spread formation are the Rage. And running the ball, it looks like Simmons is back onto the field. And so they can begin their running the ball once again.
Very impressive play again, once again by the offensive line. Most of them getting to the second level, creating pancake blocks on linebackers, just still looking for work.
Yeah, and a 3-yard gain there, bringing up 2nd and 7. And it looks like we have a communication issue. The officials are trying to spot the ball.
Trying to figure it out.
But we've got coaches on the field. And trying to find
I think they wanted to change the ball.
And the ball went to the wrong side. So the Rage ball went to the Grit sideline, and now they have their ball back. and we can play. And another play action bootleg there, and did not go the way that the Rage had hoped. Whereas if they had handed it off, it looked like Simmons had a lot of field to run with. So trying to execute some kind of fake off of what's been working for them, and one of their few negative plays of the day for the Rage.
New quarterback in, number 83, Rebecca Biera. She is listed at 5'6", 222. Very similar build to Courtney Eldridge. Let's see she can keep this Oklahoma Rage offense churning.
So here we have 3rd and about 6. Handing the ball off to Simmons. Simmons hits the gap and is able to get just enough for the first down, down to the 40-yard line. And it looks like they will move the chains. Officially a first down for Simmons.
Very good run-off tackle behind number 79, Emily Dawes, who is playing both ways, middle linebacker and right tackle for the Oklahoma Rage. She literally set the edge for her and allowed her to slice up the defense for a very good gain to continue to move the chains.
Yeah, Simmons doing a fantastic job finding a north and south lane and able to create yards before contact. Oh, we have a missed snap, and our new quarterback is able to fall on it and maintain possession for the Rage. Snaps have been an issue for the Rage this game, not just on the extra point, but on offense as well. So I'm sure that's something they will be looking at.
Yeah, first-year player Lisa Garcia, who Coach Webb spoke glowingly about during our conversation earlier this week. She's had a few low snaps, a few high snaps, but I mean, first-year player, I think that's something she's going to absolutely get better at. She showed very good run blocking and pass blocking ability. Just she's going to get better at those snaps.
Slow snap there, but they were able to get the handoff. Unfortunately, it was a east-west type of run, and the Grit pursued it fantastically and were able to make the play down by the sideline. Again, the Rage are moving backwards now. Kind of uncharacteristic of them.
Absolutely. They've been very north and south today, but these past couple of plays, they've been very much east and west, which is not going to allow much positivity against this Grit defense.
And so now and we have a stoppage of play. But looks like we'll have 3rd and about 15 here. We're switching out balls again.
A little confused about why we're switching out so many balls.
New quarterback. Every quarterback likes their own ball, right? So, but here we have 3rd and 15. Screens we've seen before, possibly a run play, but it is a deep pass down the field, and it is intercepted by Ford.
First mistake the Rays have made pretty much all day for the most part. That was not a very timely throw there by the backup quarterback into very sticky coverage by number 2, Senna Ford, and she makes them pay.
And Ford catching the ball here, had a couple drops on those routes there, on those deep routes to her, but now making up for that with this interception. And now let's see if they go back to her again and again on offense.
Again, positivity, finding those little things to continue to build on, to keep fighting, to have something to build on going into week 3 and then to week 4, and even looking into future seasons, 2027, 2028, because like I mentioned before, experience is the best teacher in football. You have to play games to get better. And unfortunately, you only have 6 games, so you don't have a lot of opportunity to have those live reps, especially against another team, because most numbers are very low, where you can't have a very competitive practice. So these games are very important to continue to fight, to continue to, like I said, build upon the positive little small things that you'll be able to do.
All right, and we will have a false start here. The Grit are in a spread formation, motioning a slot receiver from right to left, but the snap was off, and so we will get an illegal. Oh, now we got more flags on the sideline. So we will have.
I think there's a bit of an issue with the extra balls because they did throw a ball off of the field onto the looking to get their ball back, and it probably just caused a little bit of an argument. That unfortunately he is going to get the penalty on that because you're not allowed to be on the opposing team's sidelines. But calmer heads are going to prevail. Coach Rod and Coach Webb meet out. They exchange the balls. They understand mistakes happen. I mean, you can't really fault the Oklahoma coach for, wanting to make sure he gets that ball back. But, that wasn't the smartest thing to necessarily do.
Yeah, and so it looks like the officials will sort this out. But we have some tempers flaring over our coach, over the Rage coach trying to get the ball. And our white hat will clear up all this confusion in just a few seconds. So, looks like a lot of warnings. So we got a warning there. So 5-yard penalty for procedure. We have motion here coming across, and they'll hand it off. And that play, again, going east and west. Lateral for looks like a 7-yard loss. That play has not been working for them tonight.
Veteran play there by number 23, Bledsoe right there. She recognized the motion from the opposite side of the field, so she knows pretty much expect jet stream pitch to that motioning back. The Grit have done it multiple times, so she is playing very hard, setting that edge, shooting that gap, and securing that tackle. If she didn't, number 20, Manny Curtis was right there to make that tackle as well.
And it looks like Ford now has one-on-one coverage again. Oh, we should have another procedure penalty there. We did not. So the ball is up to Ford and she catches it. Into the double coverage. They keep going to their new identity. Throw the ball to Ford and pays off for them. Big catch, big gain, and now they are 25 yards away from their first points of the season.
That's exactly what they've been wanting to do. They keep going to the well, keep throwing deep. Number 44, Sean Kananonui to number 2, Center Ford, and they're finally able to connect on the huge play with about 6 minutes and 22 seconds left. Let's see if Tacoma can get in the end zone.
And they get a run up the middle. The first big run up the middle today. That looks like it's just enough for a first down. Let's see here where they mark it. And they will move the chains. First down, Tacoma Grit. This, I believe, is the closest they have been in this inaugural season to scoring points. And so let's see if they can get these last 15 yards. And we have another run up the middle. Ran into a swarm of tacklers there. Just some good push on the right side, but the left side wasn't quite able to move their defender. And a tackle for no gain.
Gang tackle right there by number 4, KK Stevens, and number 79, Emily Daw, both coming downhill to South Jasmine Raining for pretty much no gain.
So we now have second down and 10. Isolated play action pass. She keeps it herself. And as she gets outside, avoids a big hit and runs out of bounds.
Number 8, once again, coming down, looking to deliver punishment. Unfortunately, she doesn't quite connect as true as she would like, but she does make some impact. Definitely does cause the ball carrier to get out of bounds.
Yeah, a very smart play there, noticing that the contact was coming and slowing down and adjusting. So now we have a no-yard gain on that play, so no sack there, but we will have third and long now for the Grit.
Under 5 minutes to go. Let's see if Tacoma can get in the end zone for the first time this season.
Play action pass. They're throwing to Ford, and Ford cannot get her hands up to catch that ball. Looked like there was a little miscommunication there at the end.
Clock is going to stop here.
And that will bring up 4th and 10 from the Rage 15. Tacoma here again with their 3 receivers to the field side, single receiver to the boundary. Ford being that lone receiver once again. Isolated matchup, not on Stinson anymore, I believe. And the safety rolling to that side. Ow, and we have a muffed handoff, or a muffed snap, and
Oklahoma comes
dump
up
off there, and unfortunately,
They
the
force another turnover.
15-yard line is the closest Tacoma has come to scoring so far tonight. But a very positive drive there. The catch by Ford, moving the ball, a nice inside run after that, and then now it's just executing for those next 4 downs once you've gotten in the red zone.
Tacoma's still playing hard. They're not giving up. They're still having some fight. They're still looking to prove that, yes, we're a first-year team, but we're not here just to participate. We're here to try to establish themselves as a very competent and competitive team in the AWFL.
And the last possession for the Rage ended in an interception. And so here's the Grit looking on to build on that, get another takeaway. 3-by-1, handoff up the middle to Simmons, and Simmons will be tackled back for about 1 yard gain. And it looks like we have a substitution. But it looks like Simmons is still in the game. No, Simmons is out of the game.
Yes, I believe that was number 4, KK Stevens.
KK Stevens.
Yes.
So
Simmons scored 4 times. She's good. She can sit out.
So with less
she
than
can
4
share.
minutes to go,
She can share.
it looks like we have. It looks like the Rage have taken out most of their starters and look to run and execute their offense with the backups. And we have a nice run up the middle there. Nice blocking by the center. Nice job getting the handoff into number 4, into number 4's belly, and enough for a first down.
Very impressive run there by number 4, KK Stevens. Another smaller back. She's a little bit taller than Simmons. She's listed at 5'4", but she's still fairly small, only 148 pounds. But that was a very impressive running up the middle. Very tough for a big game.
And again, out of their spread formation, running up. The snaps have been slightly slower than earlier in the game. And so it's making the handoff look like a little bit of a challenge.
A little bit more difficult, absolutely.
But they are able to execute the handoff, and it looks like they are trying to run what they ran at the beginning, this inside run out of their spread formation, and trying to work on that execution here. Get the snaps down, get the handoff down, and get those blocks the way they want them. Another handoff up the middle. And it will go for, looks like 1 yard gain again for that play.
Stevens carrying the load here for Oklahoma this past couple of series. Very tough player, very tough runs. Just hasn't been able to find many running lanes as we did earlier with Simmons. I don't think it's necessarily Oklahoma taking their foot off the gas. I think they're still trying their best offensively. They're still getting tons of push by their offensive line. It seems like the snaps just are coming back a little bit slower to the quarterback, and then also with the backup quarterback, a little bit less experienced than Eldridge. So bobbling the snaps a little bit, handoffs are a little bit slower. But again, positivity for Tacoma.
Yeah, and so we've reached the 2-minute warning here in the very first Tacoma Grit home game here at Stadium Bowl with 3rd and 8 facing the Oklahoma Rage. And so here in these last 2 minutes, what do you expect to see? Do you think Oklahoma will kneel it out, give the Grit the ball back, continue to run out the ball up the middle?
I don't think Oklahoma is going to start passing. I think they're going to continue to try to keep the ball on the ground, try to get Stevens some more reps offensively as a tailback, because she's a very explosive player. They're definitely going to need her. And definitely these past couple of series, it hasn't been as cleanly executed run blocking by the Tacoma Rage. And Coach Webb, a former offensive lineman himself, I know that's driving him insane, even up 33 points right now to 0. I know he's looking to try to, finish off the second half a little bit more clean and hopefully get a little bit better execution by the offensive line, staying on their blocks, getting to the second level, creating those pancakes, and hopefully try to put one more score on the board before this game is over.
Well, here we have 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for the Rage, as they look to head into their double bye week coming up with a victory. This was a nice long trip for them. Their first time traveling out this far.
1,200 miles.
Yeah, long trip. Double bye coming up, and the Grit will have another home game here at Stadium Bowl next week. They will be playing the Houston Doom.
That is correct.
And the Houston Doom I think we have their standings up. I can't remember if they played today. But yeah, we'll have that for you in a second here. So 3rd and long here. We have another inside run and a great push up the middle. What the Rage have been looking for, but it will bring up 4th and 2. And we will see here if Coach Rod will take a timeout and try to get those first points, or if he will wait till next week to do it against the Houston Doom. And it looks like he will not take a timeout, and the clock will continue to run here with 4th and 2. The Rage will take as much time as they can before running this play. They will go back to that spread look, 2-by-2, single back to the right of the quarterback, hand it off up the middle, and it will be for a first down. And as Stevens keeps running, keeps moving her feet, driving her knees, she will fall across the 50, and that should be that is enough for a first down. And we may see one more play here before time expires on the inaugural home game for the Tacoma Grit.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to see the Doom's outlook or results from this past week. They did win their first week, first game of the week. They were 1-0 going into this week. And right now, like I said, I thought the Oklahoma's going to do exactly what they just did. KK Stevens getting into the end zone for a very long touchdown run. And Oklahoma looking to make a point, trying to prove that they are here and they are going to be a championship contender.
The Grit with an opportunity there to stop that inside run that had been giving them so much trouble, unable to do so there. And so that will give us our fifth rushing touchdown?
Fifth rushing touchdown.
Fifth rushing touchdown of the game for the Rage as they look to figure out their extra point woes here on this attempt. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is blocked. And it is returned. The block kick was returned, but tackled before being able to make the end zone. And so the kicking game, not where the Rage would like it to be, something they could work on there as they look to go into their double bye week. But a positive note, not that it was a muff snap or anything, but a blocked extra point is something that the Grit can look at as part of their determination and their push.
It shows the fight that the team still has, only with 31 seconds left in the game, down 39 points, that they're not going to just roll over and accept defeat that easily. They're going to keep playing till the clock hits triple zeros. And like we mentioned, the Rage, they have 2 weeks off in a row before their first game. They don't play another game for 20 days, May 9th. So that allows all these nicks and bruises and bumps that they have built up these past 2 weeks to get some healing, hopefully get some players back off injury, and spend some time correcting these mistakes that they've had these 2 weeks, even though they have shut out both opponents in the past 2 weeks, 13-0, now 39-0. But there's still a ton of improvement that the team can do going into their third game of the season. And I don't think Coach Webb is going to allow them to take those 2 weeks off just to rest.
Yeah, I would think they're still thinking about that runner-up standing from last year.
Absolutely.
And wanting to go, all the way this year and bring home that championship. We have a little squib kick here to the sideline. Ball is fallen on there and recovered by the Grit. And they will have 30 seconds here to either take a knee or try to take a couple shots at the end zone.
Once again, everyone, thank you again for joining the live. Definitely want to send a special thank you out to everyone who has supported both the live stream and the Tacoma Grit in person for game day operations. Bailey Villalobos with Irene's photo and designs. Thank you so much for coming out here and supporting the Tacoma Grit. Thank you for the entire Tacoma community for embracing this first-year team the way you guys have. And if you're looking to help contribute to the Grit, please donate to their Venmo account, which is right here on the screen. All contributions go to help support these women throughout the season.
And we have an outside run here to the left, and another big hit by number 8, our Ed Reed-esque safety tonight.
I think if there was a player who might have impressed me the most, I think it has to be number 8, Kihil Berryhill.
Yeah.
Granted, we have an Oklahoma Rage player with 4 touchdowns. Very impressive running, but I think number 8 has shown her range as a defender coming downhill with both speed and power.
Yeah, if you had to pick a player of your game now that the final horn has hit and the players head to the middle of the field to shake hands, who would you say was your player of the game?
I think you have to give it to Q Simmons. Honestly, 4 touchdowns. Even with all the outstanding play that I just said with Berryhill, scoring 4 touchdowns in any game is hard to not get that player of the game nod. If I had to choose a player, offensively, 100% Q Simmons, but absolutely, we still have to talk about the incredible play of number 8, Khalil Berryhill.
Yeah, fantastic play. And for me, for the Grit, I would have to say Ford being double teamed, being the only option there, getting the interception. I think she played an all-around game and really showed a lot of toughness, battling back from injury. And so I would say that for the Grit on the losing end, but still a tremendous effort, I thought Ford had an outstanding game.
Absolutely. There's a lot that the Grit can take from this game positively and work to get better. I think if I had one thing I needed to put my finger on, something I'm definitely going to try to talk to Coach Rod and multiple players who I have a good relationship with, they have to continue to keep fighting, continue to show up, continue to play hard, and they're definitely going to have to find that 3rd and 4th option offensively. You can't expect Jasmine Raining and Senna Ford to carry the load every single play. Unfortunately, they're just not going to be able to, and you have to have other threats offensively to keep teams off balance, especially when you play really good teams like the Oklahoma Rage here.
Yeah, and the self-inflicted wounds, the negative plays, the penalties,
the false
the
starts.
miscommunication.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of procedure penalties that weren't called. Could have been in another game, depending on your officiating group. So, getting 3 interference or legal procedure calls against one DB, like that's not going to be something you can rely on. And so cleaning those kind of things up and, like you said, finding more options. But the defense, they played really well. They have some things to do in the run game, but against the pass, only 1 passing touchdown given up tonight. And so there's some things you can build on there.
Absolutely. I think a little bit more practice, a little bit more camaraderie, a little bit more teamwork, finding those gaps and trusting the players around you to do their assignment, do their job. I think it's, like I said, it's only up here for Tacoma Grit. These Goose Girls, they're going to keep working, and they're going to come back strong next week against Houston.
So thank you, Ian Lynham. I'm Trevor Kane, and thank you for watching on YouTube Live. fantastic effort by both teams.
Absolutely.
You could see the camaraderie by both teams, seeing them now uniting on the 50-yard line. Just a great show of sportsmanship
Absolutely.
and community, and the football will get there. And so very, very excited to watch this game and excited to be with you all. So thank you from Trevor Kane at Tacoma Stadium Bowl, and thanks, Ian, for being here.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Yeah, and thank you, Jasmine.